And we are recording. So, welcome back.
Yay!
Roses are red.
The continued adventures and misadventures of the mercenary team hastily named Roses Are Red. The story of this intrepid band started one afternoon in early spring, as 4 of your number were hanging out at a fountain in the center of Kyla. And one thing led to another. You guys got in trouble with the law and were encouraged to get a license as actual licensed mercenaries capable of carrying out contracts in order to ply your capabilities without running afoul of the city magistrates and town guard. You quickly recruited a large number of additional individuals. Became somewhat of a revolving door as you attempted to help a gnome who knew too much about goblins. And you ran into some friction with the local assassins guild, the Tiglan guild, in helping this fella out. And then he desired an extraction from Kyla to be brought to Pentarose, where he sought an audience with the Duchess of that duchy. You traveled with Gillignit Halbalaner and brought him to Pentarose, where you unfortunately were found to also know too much information about goblins and were placed under a geas in order to serve the Duchess and keep secret this information that you were not supposed to know. In order to be relieved of this burden, you sought out the Goblin Warren, found it to instead be infested with kobolds, and it just ended up being the antechamber to a massive underground cavern, which was the lair of a powerful blue dragon that slaughtered you all before you realized it was only a dream. But you continued and found that apparently the entire castle of Pentarose rests on a massive marble, sort of top-shaped, upside-down cone carved in ancient glyphs and arcane runes. And you traversed this massive structure in a corkscrew fashion up into one of the lower reaches of the castle, where you informed the Duchess that this is the secret passage, that apparently a dragon rests under the castle. Sometimes he wasn't there this time, but he claimed it as his own. And she was able to seal off that passage to prevent a possible future assassination attempt, which she is aware that there is some force out there interested in assassinating her. As thanks for your service, and as a somewhat of a loose contract towards future service, the Duchess granted you the lodging of the Cordessi estate in the nicer part of town, but a rundown mansion, considerable size and value. You moved in, began decorating. Some of those hangers-on that joined the Roses Are Red, but didn't really go out and adventure with you much, helped repair the place. And now you have quite the crew who both come and go as they please. In the course of your adventures, you've developed a close relationship with the Gatian Shields, uh, a mercenary company that hires out smaller bands to accomplish interesting different missions. You ran afoul of the local authorities in Tarnholm. You were harried by some sort of shadow assassin who kept on coming at you and disappearing until Saruk literally blew an arrow through her ass and put her in the ground for good, with a lovely assist by Uhtred, who removed her head from her shoulders. You were then contracted out to go visit a place called Dunmar, which was experiencing the undead rising from a massive barrow just outside the city. There, you met the current barrow keeper, Bleda, a dwarven oracle who had a unfortunate past, but an even more unfortunate present, as most of the town had been destroyed by this ever-increasing wave of undead. And in exploring the crypts beneath the barrow, solving some riddles, and destroying some undead and demons, you managed to discover the method of lifting the curse and performed a ritual on top of the Barrow Hill, which involved a massive battle and the loss of one of the original Fountain Four, as Uhtred grabbed the drow priestess who was trying to escape from hell and pushed her back through the portal. And that was the last you've seen of Uhtred. Upon completion of this ritual, you also saw all of Dunmar sink into the ground into a giant pit that extended beyond the range of sight and beyond the light of day, deep into the ground, possibly a couple of miles. You also ran across another hired assassin after Annika failed to do the job correctly. A halfling named Thistlefoot gave you guys some trouble. But after seeing you fight two centipedes that were about the size of city buses, he decided he did not want a piece of that and tried to by giving Bort an antitoxin as he was about to die from the poison that the centipedes used. But you chased him off under threat of death, and he disappeared. After that, you went back to Penrose, touched base with a fair weather ally in the form of Marcotte Nirves, the librarian and owner of the Bibliothèque Esoterica, who requested that you go out and retrieve for him a certain tome. The catch, of course, is that this tome is in the hoard of a green dragon. And so you went out in search of this green dragon, using Dakuda, your new ally's connections in the elven city of Solomon, to make a little bit of way and possibly get some information. And after getting a little bit of a hint from his mentor about the Viridian Mist, the title of this dragon you sought, you went off into the woods of Solomon, in the Elven Woad, and attempted to find the dragon. And find the dragon you did. And fought the dragon and chased the dragon off. And after which, Largo did a scrying on this creature, and instead of seeing a massive green beast, saw a blonde elven woman who was scraped up and in the process of using wands and potions to attempt to put herself back together. She noticed the scrying orb and threatened Largo and the rest of your group to fuck off, which you did not do. And the next day, you were approached by Royal Guard and some of the forest wardens belonging to Solomon. The Royal Guard was there escorting Princess Tis Andavira, who Largo immediately recognized as the woman he scryed upon when he was looking for the dragon.
Real shit.
You guys, in hushed tones, pass this information between each other. And Godric, immediately upon hearing that this woman was a dragon, attacked her. He proved that she was a dragon by turning into one and immediately destroyed all of her royal guard with a radioactive breath attack, scattering the elven wardens out to the edges. Astutely, Mirok directed everyone to use non-lethal force against the innocent elves who were obviously under the spell of this horrific dragon woman. And you entered pitched battle. After a hard-fought battle, you did manage to finally drop the monster, as I believe it was Largo with a burning arc who landed the final blow. At which point, you began to pick up your spoils, and Bort noticed the shiny armor belonging to the captain of the Royal Guard that was escorting the princess, and decided that that now belonged to him. Mirok backed him up in this claim, even though one of the elven wardens said, no, indeed, that was not the case. This is not spoils of war. This is property of Solomon. And with the assist of one instant pit from Largo,
I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was being asked to do.
the argument came to an abrupt halt, and an additional body lay on the battlefield. At this site, the other two remaining living wardens took off like a bolt. One of them was caught in a web created by Dakuda, but the other one managed to scamper off into the wilderness and is now possibly a good distance away. As you guys attempted or decided or were deliberating on how you wanted to continue this course of action. At which point, Ravenger, Godric's summoned angel friend, saw all of this, turned to Godric and threw down his fiery, flaming, holy sword at Godric's feet. At which point it turned into a rusted blade and Ravenger disappeared.
Sounds like a win-win.
Pretty cool.
Damn.
That is where we left off back on March 20th.
Oh my god.
Yeah, of Lidner, 9th day of Lidner, right?
It is. Let's see.
Oh no, I'm sorry, I mean Yanabon.
Yes, it is about 11 o'clock in the morning on the ninth day of Yanabon, which is late summer.
And we've got an elven warden tied up in a web, a dead guy that I assume Bort is looting for armor.
No, well, there was already a dead guy that he was looting for armor. You killed another person.
Right. Separate dead guy. And I'm, who's to say what happened in the pit? I say he attacked Bort and Bort defended himself.
Holy crap, guys, what are we gonna do?
We gotta get after that fucking guy.
Oh gosh. Oh man.
I don't think we did anything wrong here, so I think we just let our friend go here, and they can go tell him how we didn't do anything wrong.
Ah,
We need to get that one in the woods.
How did you kill him with the damn pit?
Huh?
Seems like a bad idea. What you did seems like a bad idea. We might want to go to Solomon and head this gentleman off at the pass. Might want to let me do the talking.
I think it's a good idea, especially Dakota too. He knows
yeah. Yeah.
Smooth it over, boys.
How far are we from Solomon?
I saw that shiny fucking shirt and I got
it was yours by rights.
it is. It's fucking mine.
On foot, you're probably about a day's travel from Solomon. Now, that's you guys. This guy that ran off was a warden. He was basically a ranger. You probably make it faster than you in general. One, he knows these woods, and his skill set is specifically geared towards maneuvering through the woods quickly.
Is that expressed by anybody?
Well, if we grab him, what would happen anyway? I don't want to kill this guy. I have a worry that if we catch him, he'll end up dead.
Yeah, I
I don't
think
think there's
taking
any
him implies guilt.
I'm not sure there's any catching him. We're in a foreign wood.
Well, I just all of a sudden can fly. Like I all of a sudden know how. Like just
You wanna fly back to Solomon and be like, hey, here's what happened.
You're fairly certain that flying, you could head him off.
right.
The problem would be finding him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we chase this guy.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, Dragon Battle, things went south. Who's to say how these jabronis met their end?
Have we
Yeah.
gotten the book yet though?
Dude, that dude, the one who ran.
I think we should let this other guy go too, but give him our spiel. So they're gonna hear first from this one guy, like the crazy story, and then hopefully the next guy can calm it down a little bit, and we'll just like make our way there. And unless you guys aren't worried about it, but I am. It's like my hometown and all.
Yakuda, I think you should fly there and we should meet you there.
That would work.
I'd like everybody to give me a perception check at this point.
21.
Forgot how dumb Saruk was.
I got 22.
16.
I got a 1.
All right. So that's just Dakuda and Yokai. You realize something catches your attention, and you start to look around. You realize that the birds aren't chirping, the insects aren't making their noise, and the guy who was caught in the web that Dakuda had made and was kind of, grunting and trying to wriggle himself free of it.
Yeah.
He's silent and still.
Silent and still. Oh.
Like dead or just quiet?
Looks as though he is in the, suspended in the moment of struggling.
Something's going on, guys. I want just everybody to know I'm kind of something's freaky here. So
Take
say that
full defense.
You notice a figure standing amongst you.
Oh.
It is a tall woman wearing a sort of gown that seems to be made out of spider webs. And she's wearing some sort of strange headpiece. that looks like a solid opaque spider web coming up from her face and out over her head, sort of in the, with spikes maybe of a crown style, but also reminiscent of a masquerade ball sort of mask.
Nice.
But there's no holes for eyes.
Ooh.
And she's
There's no
carrying-
what?
Hmm?
Her eyes, they were what? No
There's no
holes?
holes for eyes. It's just an opaque,
Oh,
flat surface. And she is carrying in her hand a scythe, just a hand scythe, but ornate and stylized to match her attire. Bort, as you're all sort of focused on this, Bort, you're still trying to remove armor from a corpse. You notice that there is another woman standing directly beside you and helping the dead elf off the ground as he grabs onto her skeletal hand and stands up on his feet. But you realize it's not the corpse that's standing up. It is the spirit of the individual who is standing, and the woman that he is standing to meet is oddly a beautiful, completely skeletal woman dressed in celebratory attire that's appropriate to the Elven Kingdom, but brilliant colors, like flower motifs, and as odd as it is, she is completely skeletal, but somehow also incredibly attractive.
You guys thinking that's hot? Just thinking it.
Somehow the animals are always the first to know.
And anyone who's got knowledge planes can give me a knowledge plane check right now.
Damn it.
Okay, 28 for Mirok.
Okay. Does Dakuda not have knowledge planes?
I don't have planes now.
Okay. All right. So then it's just Mirok. Mirok, you recognize, or you've read stories, you've heard tales of these kinds of individuals. These are, well, the woman in the spider silk dress. You believe the term for that is a marigna. And the woman wearing the elven skeleton woman is known as a Katrina. And these are psychopomps. They are basically the outsiders, similar to angels or demons, but their specific focus is to convey the spirits of the dead into the afterlife. Normally, they have an interesting facet to their existence, is that they exist outside of time. And normally the transference of the souls into the afterlife is something that happens imperceptibly to mortals. That you are watching it happen and that you can see these extraplanar beings is of great concern to you, because normally you only see them after you've died.
Yeah, Mirok is also going to be absolutely gobsmacked because of his family's past being barrow keepers. Does he know any way to communicate with them, or if it is gauche to communicate with these creatures?
Well, while the Katrina seems to be focused on helping up the fallen elves, who basically, once you see the one that was next to Bort, raised, she extends her hand, grabs his hand, and pulls him up to stand in front of her. You see him go from a sense of fear and terror at the finality of his mortal existence. Somehow seeing her and looking into her face, skeletal as it may be, calms him. And once that sort of anxiety wears off, he disappears, just fades from this plane of existence, and she moves on to the next elf. Before she gets to the next elf, the Marigna speaks and addresses all of you.
Cool.
Normally, we would not make ourselves visible to those living mortals. But there is an issue that we need addressed. And this burden falls upon this group of you to bear. She, as she's saying this, she kind of casts askance a look, and everyone give me another perception check.
Come on, blue. Same thing again.
Too busy checking out that hottie. I got a 14.
26.
13.
31.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Very busy.
This is probably
No,
the
you
first
look at everyone.
outsiders other than
So that
like
means I'm like,
Tweaking.
All right, so is anyone above a 10 kind of follows her eyes, and you look, you follow her look, and you see the princess that was the dragon that you just slain running off into the woods, and as you look and see her, she runs smack into this Marigna that was where you were looking and is now directly in front of her. And she says to the dragon, the princess, Fanra to Senelor, you know there is no escape. You will pass on. And at that, you see the dragon's ghost dissipate. And then you hear the Marigna address you again, and you snap your heads back to where she was standing, and she's there. And she says, Purgatory has an unwelcome guest. It is a place where the spirits of the fallen pass on to the afterlife. It is not a place for residents of living mortals.
tight.
This one needs to leave. You have been tasked with the responsibility of removing him from our plane.
Ooh, I think I know who it is.
Yeah, I mean, Mirak very humbly and eyes down, averted, is going to ask humbly, why have you asked us to find this interloper in the plane of purgatory?
It is not our task to end the lives of mortals. It is our task to move the spirits from the living to the afterlife. He is still alive, and he is in the plane of purgatory, a timeless space, and he is lost. Being
How do we
lost in purgatory is not a matter of direction or following a map. It is very much a mental, very much an emotional thing. We need
Our fir-
someone who can ground him in reality and bring him back to the mortal realm.
It would be
Our-
an honor to serve.
Our friend Uhtred is who you speak of. Where can we find him?
You will find him in purgatory.
Oh, I thought we were there.
Excuse me, how might we get there?
She takes her scythe and she just kind of draws it down. And as she does, you see it tear a hole in the fabric of reality. And the sort of mist begins to pour out of a dimly lit space on the other side.
I guess that'll work.
Now Yokai's thinking that's hot, but he's just thinking it.
Well,
You have this opportunity to bring your compatriot back to the land of the living. As I said, he is lost. Be careful, as purgatory can be difficult to traverse for anyone.
What do we
Beware
get?
not to get lost yourselves.
Port raises his hand. That's still got corpse loot in it from the corpse he was looting next to the lady that appeared next to him. What do we get if we get him? What do we get if we get him out of your house?
You get him back.
Yeah, but what else do we get? Port's still holding like the loot from the corpse next to the.
She turns her head away from you and returns to addressing Mirok, who actually seems to be taking this seriously.
it's a very Uhtred way to handle it, though.
I'll be stepping right up to that little doorway that's getting cut. Not going through it, but stepping up.
If you all get lost, this will become a matter for the Yamaraj to handle. And I can assure you that if it comes to that, it will be the end of your paths.
Dan, can I roll to know what she's talking about, the Yamaraj?
Sure.
Okay, knowledge planes.
Up for you, sir.
17.
In a stage whisper, I say to Mirok, "Dad, what's a Yamaraj?"
You
I wait
only-
for God.
Not really. You don't know specifics. You do know that it's basically like the higher up, like one of the bosses of the psychopomps.
I would like to say, it's her fucking manager.
You only know the title, and basically like it's like the pit fiend or the solar of the psychopomps.
Right.
One of the very extremely powerful, near god-like creatures.
Well, I think it's better we get Uhtred before the Yamaraj, or Uhtred gets the Yamaraj.
I'm kind of a little wary. I'm like, I don't really know much about planes. Is that what we're talking about? We're going to a different plane to get Uhtred?
But up here, so.
And you are a type of guide? Because I really don't know much about the planes. I would think my guy would, but I just don't have it.
The Morrigan says there is no guide to purgatory.
How about like a compass or something? Can you give us a compass so we don't get lost? Cause look, we're going to get this one guy out of your territory. You might end up with like, a whole bunch of us lost there. So, do you have like a pointer of some sort?
A map.
Little magic arrow?
You will find the things you seek in purgatory,
Yeah.
whether you want to or not.
Uh,
It is up to you to maintain the realization that you are alive and that you are in a plane that is outside your normal existence.
It's kind of freaking me out, but I'm like excited.
I'm gonna turn to you, Dakuda, and Mirak's gonna say, listen, this son of a bitch pushed a crazy psycho evil woman into a portal that he didn't know what the fuck was on the other side. It's our duty to go and get our boy and bring him back. Hell or high water. It's kind of a ship up or shape up. Let's go get our fucking guy. Let's go save Brian from purgatory.
This is the most fascinating thing I could possibly imagine.
That's
I'm
the
here already. Let's go.
I wish I never met you all.
That's a fair reaction to your
I go, "Ah!" and I give you like a firm, like pat on your back, like a slap on the back, but it's a little too firm because you know.
I'm gonna charge into the, or not charge. I'm gonna walk into the portal. We should all walk.
I walk right after Mirak.
I am third.
I hand
I go.
Dakuda some loot and I say, "Come on, bud. There's treasure."
No,
Couldn't we at least rest before we go in this nightmare place? I know we can't. I just follow him. I'm kind of whiny now.
You're whinging.
I'm whiny.
Dan, can we assume I've maybe used like 3 martial flexibilities or 4? I don't know how many I used.
Let's go with 4.
All right, sounds good.
Dakuda, you're like Arnold from the Magic School Bus.
Oh, it's like
about this.
these guys that we pissed off. The oh shit, what's the name of the place? Let me see. Solomon.
Yeah.
That's like my hometown, and I like just started getting out and about, like just finding my own way. I reached you guys, and we're like, all right, let's
At
let me
old
have my
school,
adventure. And now,
we never
like-
murdered elves and went to another plane.
I'm like shitting bricks, but
You signed a contract, Dakuda. Get in the goddamn portal.
okay, I go.
All right.
Come with us, or we're gonna need that 10 gold back.
Yeah, or buy yourself out.
Is anybody not going? Okay.
If it's anyone, it's Dakuda. You can fly back to Solomon.
Yeah, as Mirak and Yokai start walking into the portal, Godric is like, "We have to save Uhtred, guys. Come on, let's go!" And he just like shoves past you and goes in there.
That's what we've been talking. Fine. I just want to.
You know Godric. Sometimes he's a little slow on the uptake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like our group's golden retriever. Heart of gold.
As you all pass through this planar rift, surprisingly, you all seem to arrive on the other side at the same time. As you arrive and sort of get your bearings, you can see that standing in front of you, sort of lining a walking space, though the entire plane, as far as your eyes can see, seems to be gray and featureless. You get the sense that there's like a fog or a mist kind of obscuring things out at a distance, and maybe even rolling across the ground immediately in front of you. But when you try to focus on this mist, this gray, it's not there.
Don't think of marshmallows, guys.
Keep your mind completely blank.
That's a good one.
When you look at your feet, you see that you're standing on stone, kind of not sure if it's worked or just a flat stone natural surface. But you're standing on sort of gray slate looking stone. And these 6 figures are lining the direction directly in front of you, maybe about standing 20 feet apart, and spaced another 20 feet apart each individually. They appear to be 7-foot tall skeletal humanoids with massive black wings and long, sort of hunched necks that end in a vulture-shaped skull. And each one is holding an 8-foot long scythe. Mirok, since you're the only one, give me another knowledge planes check.
I would like to ask if there's a tavern renowned for its whores.
21 for Mirok.
Sorry?
21.
21. You recognize these as Vanth. Vanth. They are the foot soldiers of the psychopomps, and they are there to make sure that basically spirits don't escape purgatory unless they're going where they belong. Also, you're fairly certain that one of their jobs might be to make sure that nobody enters purgatory who doesn't belong. But the Marigna are definitely of a higher caste than the Vanth. So if she brought you here, you're probably okay.
Yeah, is that?
We got like a hall pass.
Yeah, is she present or is she not
She's
present?
not.
Not present. Okay. I'm
Right now, it's just the group of you and these 6 extremely still sentries.
Is this our escort? Who are these guys? Are they here? Are they showing us where we're going?
These are like the prison guards, Bort. You're familiar with prison guards.
Oh yeah.
We're just trying to figure out if they already know we're supposed to come into the jail.
Or are they coming with us? They look tough.
You're basically standing in between the first 2 of them.
Okay.
Hey fellas, are you coming with us? Where's Uhtred?
I close my eyes and I imagine Uhtred smiling, maybe dancing around. I think of all the good times we had. And then I like put my hands out and I like feel if I could feel where he is.
I have one more scroll of scrying. I am aware that it works if you're on the same plane as the person that you are scrying.
Good
And
idea.
I would like to use it.
Okay.
So use magic device.
No, it's a sorcerer wizard spell.
Fucking
Oh yeah, it's 4th level, so I can, yeah, it's something that I can fucking cast. Cool. Sweet. So now does Uhtred get that, like, this might be a benevolent scry and he can negate his will save? Because if not, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Because my save DC is 21. But
I mean, he wouldn't know who's scrying on him.
so,
It'd be more like this sense of, you think somebody's watching you, and
It's probably already
you don't
paranoid.
like it.
She's gonna start swinging in the fog.
So give me a will save.
I rolled 14 on the dice. What do I have?
I hope that doesn't mean 21.
I don't think it does.
Sure, wisdom
Yeah.
bonus and
The 19.
whatever your class thing is.
Oh, there it is.
Hold on.
You broke up there for a
Yes.
second.
He said
15, I think.
It's actually a 19. But that's
I was gonna say 19.
all right. So
Oh, there it is.
by the way, you see the fog sort of clear.
Okay.
And as it does, you see Uhtred in a pitched battle,
Damn.
standing upon a literal mountain of corpses.
Oh.
As assailants scramble up this pile of bodies and are immediately met with his rage and his axe, which surprisingly enough, he's using his two-handed axe.
Which we have.
Which you have.
Okay, so can I roll maybe a knowledge arcana to see if this is like, if I'm seeing what's going on in his mind right now? Or probably would be a knowledge planes, right?
I'll let you roll Arcana.
Because what I think I'm seeing, I don't think is actually, I don't think the scrying spell really is working its true magic here. 24.
Given what the Marigna told you, and just your basic understanding and sort of like you are an arcane creature in this plane, and just you're getting your feelers are out a little bit. You're not so much concerned that this is just something that's going on in Uhtred's mind, as you are that the nature of this plane might not be physical at all.
Okay.
Or the lines between physical and mental and emotional are blurry at best.
Now I see Uhtred fighting on a mound of corpses. He is battling, it would seem to be endless assailants. The strange thing is that he's using the axe that he no longer has. So something is happening to him in his mind. And the Marigna said that being lost in purgatory is different than being physically lost. So I'm not sure our scrying really got us anything, except for Uhtred might be at the edge of his sanity right now.
And give me one more perception check.
It will be 15.
As you end the scrying spell and you start explaining this to your group, you look down at the scroll that you just cast the spell off of, and it's still there.
It's still there? Okay, cool. Adding it back to the inventory. Huh. Well, this is strange. The scroll's back.
I don't mean to seem ungrateful or anything, but does anybody have any ale or alcoholic beverages we might be able to help our friend with?
Oh, to like entice Uhtred, to like coax him?
Come here, boy. We got some booze.
He can smell ale from 50 leagues.
That's what I'm getting at.
Well,
For once, I'm not going to yell at you about wanting booze at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I actually have Uhtred's cask right here in my backpack.
Nice. Well done.
Just something he's got an emotional connection to.
Mm-hmm.
So, something he cares about, really.
Really is.
I
Like this is going.
holding I put the cask on the ground in front of me, take out a dagger, and tap on the cask. Say, Uhtred, are you there, boy? Can you hear me?
Here, boy.
I don't. Can I hear anything, Dan?
You hear dogs.
You hear the satisfying screams of that bastard you just cut in half as the two parts of his body roll down the hill.
Yeah. I'm in the zone.
So, Largo, do you know what like direction he is, or?
I don't think this place has direction. Mira, does that sound correct to you?
Yeah, this place is not physical. It's as much in our heads as we are in it right now. So I'm wondering if we need to enter a specific mental state or get Uhtred out of a mental state. You said he's fighting.
How about
We need
how
to
about we sit
fight?
in a circle and drink some of his beer and think about him or something?
That is actually not a bad idea. I'm not much of a drinker, but that is not a bad idea.
Yokai reaches for his copper cup.
It reaches for his wooden cup.
I just hold out my hands.
All right, Diogenes.
I pop open Uhtred's cask and pour a little splash into Wargo's hands, into Yokai's cup, into who's got some stuff.
I
Who's
just
got-
kind of get my head underneath there.
give a little splash into Dakuta's open gullet.
Yokai
Mira,
was
you got your
cool and
flagon.
I'm also going to very loudly in Dwarven toast to Uhtred and his battle achievements, and encourage others to do so.
need a little bit more than the toast because I drank mine. I didn't know where.
Let's see if we can.
Pour a little more.
I start a low chant of Uhtred, Uhtred, and start getting a lot.
Uhtred.
Uhtred.
Dakota, you don't have a something to toast with, right? Pour
No, I
out
just
one of
got-
my water
I'll-
or one of my water skins. I pour it out and I hand it to you, and I kind of give you the look, fill this thing
Yeah.
up and
Okay.
get some.
I drink more.
You got something? You got a little cup?
I don't have a little cup. No, you just
Yeah,
have
do this.
to. Here's my fist.
Hold
my
the
gosh.
bowl of scrying like a cone.
Is that the cask, Trevor? Is that it right there?
This is the cask.
Bud.
What's in there, bud?
Amarillo
What
Pepto.
water?
In that case, I hand you my copper cup, and I use the tea kettle.
I will take the copper cup. Dan, would you like some?
'Cause I'm not dumping out my other water skin of water. We're going into purgatory. That's even dumb.
I mean, yeah.
So we're all drinking and chanting Uhtred.
Uhtred. Uhtred.
Uhtred.
Like,
Uhtred.
We're doing a
Uhtred.
toast, right?
Uhtred.
yeah.
Murdoch was
One of the
toast.
Vanth who's like maybe 6 feet away from the outside of this Uhtred love circle. takes the scythe and crosses the front of his body with it, holding it somewhat of a battle ready stance, and takes a step forward. And you just hear this voice. Move along.
Dang. Yikes.
So I head towards the other end I head through them and towards the other end. Figure that's the direction we're going.
I scoop up the cask under one arm, my flagon in the other arm.
That's a bad idea, guys.
They're like damn
And I
tourists.
brush past the guy and I say, "Cool it,
Fucking
toots."
tourists.
Yeah.
Here's your cup back, Yokai. I do appreciate it.
All right, so we're walking down the path, I guess.
Bort, you brush past this guy.
I don't touch him. I just sort of huffily, like an exaggerated. And I say, "Cool it, toots."
Uh-oh.
Yeah. As you pass him, you do feel like this like very intense sense of chill as you walk close to it. And not, the closest thing that you can think of is chill, but this the chill of the hairs on the back of your neck standing up, but painful.
The chill of the tomb.
Yeah. Not just the chill of a low temperature.
Does it cool the beer down?
You're not sure how the beer feels about it.
Okay, but I sipping the beer.
Nope, still seems to be about room temperature.
Well, okay. I'm cold.
Should have taken it as a third level, so I'll make here.
So the group
One
of
of
you
those
sort of
unuseful
hustle.
spells.
The group of you sort of hustle forward past the past the next two pairs of Vance sentries, and as you move past the last two pair, you can hear not far off ahead of you the sound of battle.
A battle.
And one or two of you look back towards the Vance sentries that you just passed, and they are not there anymore.
Mhm.
You get the impression that you do have to move through purgatory. You can't just will things to come to you.
Worth a try.
Cool if we could though.
And now we've got a buzz, a little
We're
buzz going.
strolling along.
Well, we hear
We're all still going, ooh, trit, ooh, trit.
I'm alright with that. I'm still saying, ooh, crit, ooh, crit, ooh, crit.
I think yeah. Let's pick up the pace to a trot if we hear battle.
Uh-huh. Here's some battle.
As you continue moving forward, you begin to see the silhouette of a pile, maybe 40 or 50 feet tall. And the sound of battle is coming from the top of this mound. That as you get closer and closer, you begin to make out the details of bodies just littering the sides of this mound. It does look like there's like a hill underneath it, but it is almost entirely covered just with corpses.
Like apples at a grocery store.
And as you get closer and closer, chanting Uhtred, you can see at the top of this hill is a angry, screaming, familiar red bearded dwarf swinging a massive adamantine two-handed axe with all of his might, as different individuals, some of them look like they're undead, some of them look like they might be drow or goblins, or just a completely random assortment of probably individuals you assume Uhtred would not be fond of, scampering up this hill towards him and being cut down as they approach him. Uhtred, make a will save.
It is 15.
Total?
Yeah, total.
Turn the mute sound on for a second.
You get the sense that someone is on your side. You've been fighting. You've been tearing these motherfuckers apart.
Yeah.
It's been all you. But you get the sense that backup is on the way.
Right
I
on.
immediately, when I see this, I start taking my clothes off and putting them in my handy haversack. After I've done that, I then become tiny, and then
I am
I kind of disappear from the view of everyone else. Like everyone's like, "What is he doing?" I'm taking my clothes off, and I go, "Whoop." They're like, "Where'd he go?" And then all of a sudden you see like.
I'm gonna say for you to disrobe enough
Yeah.
to get yourself down to the weight that you need.
Yeah.
It's gonna take like 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay, so I'm like walking along.
So you start, yeah. Those of you who are particularly perceptive might notice that Largo's getting naked. What are the rest of you doing? Actually, let's go ahead and everyone roll a d12, add your charisma bonus. We're gonna do social initiative.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, au contraire.
12.
13.
13.
10.
9.
Okay. Anyone above 15? Okay, 14. 13.
That's me.
13.
12. 11.
4.
Or is it 12?
12.
11. 10.
Nope.
9.
So hold on. Getting used to this again. All right, Mirok, where are you?
10.
10. Okay, and Saruk?
I apologize. What are we rolling?
Well,
D12 plus
Initiative.
That's what I thought. I got 13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Largo, you are disrobing.
Yep.
Saruk?
We've approached Uhtred at this point.
Wait. This is initiative modified by your charisma.
Oh,
right. I was
Jesus.
gonna say that
I'm so
that's
sorry.
not. It's not like we don't add our normal initiative, right? Just charisma.
Yeah, D12
Okay.
plus charisma.
Right.
That puts you at like what, a 4? Okay. All right,
Thank you
Dakuda?
so much.
I shoot an
I'm-
arrow and say hello.
I've got 13 also. I
Okay.
rolled a 12. I got +1.
Okay. It's your turn.
Oh, okay. So these guys that are coming up the hills at him,
Yeah.
where are they coming from? Are they just coming out of like darkness?
They seem to be sort of apparating from the
Right.
base of the hill.
Right.
And they start off sort of incorporeal, sort of like a translucent blue. And as they get closer to Uhtred, they become more opaque and more real.
I scream out Uhtred, and then how far away is he from us?
Probably at the point where you can actually make him out, about 100 feet.
You say this is just a social talking right now. We haven't entered. So what are we gonna do, guys? I don't know. I guess we try and get him down. I don't even know if these things are real.
Are you holding your action?
All right, Bort, what are you doing, Bort?
Uhtred! I point at him and I start running towards him
Okay.
up the hill,
Okay.
holding a keg of beer in one hand and drawing my rapier with the other hand.
Okay. So you make it to about the base of the hill,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to like start climbing over these corpses. So give me an athletics check.
Are you sure you don't want an acrobatics check, Dan?
Yep.
You do want an acrobatics? No.
No, I'm sure.
Uh-huh. If I don't have athletics as a skill, do I add my dex?
You add your strength.
No. 5.
Okay. Yeah, you get to the base of this hill and like you start climbing up and like it's corpses, it's bodies, and you step on somebody's leg to try to get up and like it kind of moves. You maybe make it about 5 feet up this maybe 40, 50 foot of incline that you need to cross to get to where Uhtred is standing at the top. Godric basically does the exact same thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
He does much better on his athletics check, but that's pretty much just because he rolled a 17. And he makes it about a quarter way up the hill. I mean, even picking the right places, you're still climbing over corpses. It's not an easy traversal. And he's just yelling Uhtred's name. Uhtred! 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 Uhtred, give me another will save.
No problemo.
Hold on. The social initiative order.
Huh?
Never mind. I'll ask my question later.
12.
These motherfuckers keep coming.
Yeah, I figured.
Man, you can't wait for backup to arrive. You feel like it's getting close, but you just gotta kill these. You gotta kill these guys.
Just keep swinging, baby.
Yeah, you see like a goblin, a dark elf, and a zombie come up, and they're like right on you at the same time, and you just woof, cut all three of them in half. You see the bodies, parts rolling down the hill. But yeah, you do not hear these people calling your name. You do not notice them climbing up the hill. You just see your enemies, and they need to be removed. Mirok.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, "Damn it, boy, it's all in your head," and I'm gonna cast Prayer, which is gonna give him a +1 on his will saves.
Okay. Uhtred, give me another will save.
I'm gonna do this one this time. Shouldn't have done that one.
What are those? What are those dice we have?
Action dice.
Oh, that's what it is.
I rolled a 10. The total's 10.
He's getting worse at this.
I tried my other.
I'm gonna shake the demons out of you.
You feel a sort of familiar sense of being bolstered and ready for battle. Feels good.
You'll get that on every round.
Okay. I'll roll good on one of these.
Yokai.
Athletics to move up towards him.
Okay.
That's a 26.
Okay. You get a little bit ahead of Godric. You're maybe a third of the way up the hill.
Okay. And then I will free action say, Uhtred, I've got some of your ale, and hold up the tea kettle that's still in my, the traveling kettle still in my hand with the ale.
Make a diplomacy check.
Oh, great. I always get a -4 to those. Oh, no, only -2. Yeah, that will be a 3. I should have done it. Intimidate. Uhtred, I'm about to drink your beer without paying. That's what I should have done.
Rook.
Can you give me a height or a distance from me and the red-headed creature?
Between like the distance you need to cover to get to the base of the hill and the elevation, probably around 120 feet.
Could I reasonably just fire an arrow, as I'm understanding has a streak in flight from the hornbow?
So you take a -2 to the attack.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to kind of sail one over a flaming, not a flaming arrow, but a streaking arrow over the top of this hill.
Racer.
Yeah, exactly. Tracer. With a +16, a 23.
All right.
Oh, well, a -2, you said 21.
Okay. So you're not aiming at anything particular, just like trying to aim over the hill.
Yeah.
And it makes a loud noise, or what does it do?
Like a tracer.
So it like lights up?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that flies over the hill. Uhtred, give me a perception check.
Here we go. God, motherfucker.
He's raging.
15.
Okay. Sons of bitches got bows.
Oh, God.
This is new.
Like, yeah, you hear the whistle and you kind of just catch the tail end of seeing an arrow pass over your head. You're like,
Damn, that's new.
all right. This is how it's got to be. It says this is how it's got to be. All right. So Largo, you're now like 30 feet from the base and mostly disrobed.
Oh, okay, I'm not going yet. All right.
Your next round, you think your mage hand would lift you off the ground.
Okay, I've already reduced. Cool.
I can say you're casting spells and doing stuff as you're.
Cool.
It's a process. Dakuda.
I am going to use message cantrip. I could reach him from here.
All right.
And I'm going to whisper, Uhtred, we're here to bring you back. You're in a battle in your head. Look at the bottom of the hill.
Okay. Uhtred, give me another will save.
Okay, here we go. There we go. All right. 25.
All right. You hear the sound of a voice you think you remember? Is it that half-elf dude you met like a couple days ago? And he's, you hear what he said. And you look down the hill, and down this hill of bodies, you see Godric and Yokai scrambling their way up. You see Bort almost all the way at the bottom with your cask under his arm. You see Mirok, and Largo is naked for some reason.
Okay.
But yeah, they're here. Your backup has arrived.
All right.
And for a moment, you're wondering why you're fighting this fight.
So, and then are the enemies still coming up the hill as well as I'm looking down?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start charging down the hill
Okay.
to get to my group,
Right. With what intention?
to team up, to link up with my crew.
All right. Okay. So
I see them; they're coming up like meet in the middle type thing.
Okay. So the rest of you do see Uhtred, like, you recognize eyes focusing on you. Like for the first time, he seems to notice that you're there. It's not his turn yet, so he can't move towards you guys, but it looks like he recognizes you and is about to move in your direction. Bort, what are you doing?
Uhtred, we're down here. Come here. And I keep scrambling over the corpses to get up to him.
Okay, give me another athletics check.
6.
You almost get to Godric. Godric's like another corpse and a half in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Godric continues trying to climb and rolls much more poorly this time. He makes it about as far as you made it. Uhtred.
Let's do it.
Brace yourselves.
All right. I rolled an 18 on the dice. Am I adding anything to it?
What are you like to go down the hill?
Yeah, start running down.
Okay. Yeah, your athletics skill.
So 18, 19, 20, 21.
You roll a what on the die?
18.
Okay, that would be a 32.
Oh, okay. 32.
Yeah, so you start running down the hill and you're like just aiming your feet to like slam onto skulls because you know that's a nice hard surface. You know how much it's gonna crack as you go down. The rest of you just see like Uhtred bounding down, crushing corpses as he
He's a nimble dude.
Side of the hill. You pass Godric and Yokai, and you're like basically face to face. You kind of body surf on the torso of a zombie, and you get right up to Bort.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to be. And I want to, well, I don't know if I can do it or not, but I want to yank that cast from him and just turn it up.
All right. Okay, cool. You guys see Uhtred come down the hill. You see that the assailants turn from trying to get to the peak. They turn, they start moving towards Uhtred again. In his new position further, nearer, like you're probably about 10, 15 feet from the base of the hill at this point. Mirak.
So my concern is Uhtred now thinks, great, my buddies are here, but Uhtred hasn't gotten to the point of like, oh, this is a fictional battle happening. So I'm gonna take out his adamantine great axe and I want to hold it up and show it to him. And my intention is to be like, I have the fucking axe in your hands. Your axe isn't real. Come back down.
Are you saying that, or are you just gesturing?
What?
Are you saying those
No,
words?
I'm just gonna yell. It's all in your head.
Okay. Uhtred, give me another will save.
All right on, right on. All right, that is an 8.
Action dice.
Yeah.
Not on 8 though.
Action
You don't
dice.
need-
You're looking down the hill. You see Mirak down there with an axe, and you're like, "Yeah, 2."
Yeah.
Damn it.
You're right on.
Hey, yokai.
Okay, I would like to now make an athletics check to get down. I'm trying to do my touch of rage on him, but I got to be within touch. So that is a 22 to try to get to Uhtred.
Yeah, he's like maybe 10 feet down the hill from you at this point.
And I would like to touch of rage. So for 3 rounds, he has that. What is it? A +4, I think, to his will saves. 3
He's
rounds,
raging.
+4 to his wills. Yeah, +4 will save for 3 rounds. Or attack or damage, but will saves is one of them.
Okay.
Let me just check.
I'm about to drink this beer of yours if you don't wake up.
I can get to it.
Touch of rage. Figure a good thing to say.
Gorillas.
The reason it's 3 rounds is because of my immunity, or it's a trait you gave me. Is why it's 3.
Right. No, it's just that he's already raging, so it's not going to stack. Your bonus is better than his, but it's not going to give him +4. It's only going to give him an additional +2.
Okay.
So I got +3 right now.
You're even madder.
If you roll a will save, add another +2 to it. So normally you add 5. Now you're going to add 7.
Okay. Well, I thought Aaron gave me an additional will save as
+1.
No, I just give you a plus, but my plus doesn't stack with one of your pluses. It's just better.
okay.
So actually it's going to be +8 at the moment.
Okay.
All right. Saruk. You are muted.
Right now I'm just looking. Have we got his attention at this point?
Yeah, he's interacting with you guys.
Hey, buddy, are you gonna share some of that cask like you used to, or what?
Enemies coming down the hill.
He's still though. Still.
I think they're real.
Yeah, and at this point, the rest of you guys see one of them. It actually runs through yokai and comes up and smacks Uhtred across the back of the head.
Oh, damn.
Oh, so it's real for him and it is okay. He has to disbelieve. You have to disbelieve it. Disbelieve it.
All right. Yeah, Uhtred, that's gonna hit. You're gonna take 4 points of damage.
Man.
That is reduced to 2 points of damage because you are raging and you have damage reduction when you rage. So you take 2 points. Largo.
So I cast Mage Hand,
Mm-hmm.
and it grabs me by my underwear lifts me up. I can only make it 15 additional feet. So I might be like to the, probably not.
I'd say, yeah, you got to the, you're like maybe 10 feet away from, like, you're 10 feet off of the ground and 10 feet away from Uhtred.
Okay. Uhtred! Uhtred, you must disbelieve the enemies. They're not real, Uhtred.
You don't know what the fuck Largo's going on about, man.
Yeah, Uhtred's, in a rage, like, he just hit me.
All right, Dakuda.
How far away from me is he?
I'd say probably at this point, 30, 40 feet. You've been approaching the base of the hill.
Okay,
You're not just standing 100 feet away, right? You've been moving forward.
right. I really don't have anything better to do than this, so I'm going to cast Fly, and I'm going to move to him and say, "Do you trust me?" And I'm going to put my hands under his arms and lift him up to try and fly up in the air with him.
Oh, no, you're fucking not.
Why? Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
Right. Well, because he's like 250 pounds of raging barbarian.
You gotta grapple him. Grapple him.
Well, I mean, even if he's willing, you're not strong enough to lift that off of the ground.
I didn't know how that worked with Fly. I didn't know if you had a certain encumbrance or if it's.
I think you can only fly with like a light or medium load, which for you is 67 pounds.
Okay. Well, let's assume that I would have, my character would have been smart enough to know that, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just going to, the message I got lasts for a long time. I'm just going to say, Uhtred, you're in another world. You are creating your own enemies. You must break free from it. That's all I can think to say.
Okay. Fort?
Uhtred's like, we're right by each other.
Yeah. He came, he like grabbed the cask, took a swig, like some zombie came and punched him in the back of the head, and Uhtred just like put the cask down and turned, and he's ready to fight.
Uhtred, let's go. Follow me this way. And I pick up the cask and I take off. I jump down the meager amount of corpses I've been able to, barely scamper up.
Okay, that's an acrobatics check.
That's an acrobatics check. Fuck yeah, it is. Hell yeah. 28.
All right, yeah, you standing, you found solid footing for your feet. You just launch yourself off of the side of the hill, 15 feet out, 10 feet down. You do a nice 3-point landing, stand up. Come on, Uhtred.
Come on, buddy, let's go. There's some guys with some big fucking hay knives over this way. Let's go find them.
All right. And at this point, Godric moves up next to Uhtred. And Godric has got an aura of resolve. I don't know, what's that? No, that doesn't do it. Nope. Never mind. No, that's the horse. What does he have? He puts his hand on Uhtred's shoulder, and Uhtred, you feel a wave of healing. And you are healed for 17 points of damage. And sorry, just one second.
As he heal me, I just say, I see your healing has improved. Let's hope your fighting has as well.
You say that, and as you say it, you kind of look around, and all of the bodies and all of these attackers that are charging towards you, they're not really there. They're like
Okay.
ghosts. They're kind of see-through. And you begin to question exactly where you are and why you've been fighting. And why the fuck would Drow and Goblin and Undead be fighting alongside each other? How come not a single one of them has had a fucking weapon? They just all been running at you empty-handed for weeks.
Weeks.
Yeah.
So give me one more. Give me another will save.
I'm pretty good at these, so one sec. 19.
All right. At this point, you realize that something is definitely wrong here. This can't be real. And as you come to this realization, you guys see the hill start to sink down to the ground, and the bodies just start fading away and leaving existence. And Uhtred, you're standing there as you sort of come to your senses and realize that you are not where you thought you were, and you were not doing what you thought you were doing, and you don't know where you are.
So did my axe vanish as well?
Yeah,
Or
your axe disappears from your hand. All the stuff that belonged to you, but you had your friends carry, disappears from your person, and the actual items now are, with your allies.
Okay, yeah. I come down from it, my eyes open up and looking around, and I'm just like, where are we?
Here, have a drink.
I'm gonna walk up to you, Uhtred, and I'm gonna put the axe in your hand, and I'm gonna say, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. You're in the plane of purgatory. We've been sent to bring you back. I'm saying this.
How the hell did I get here?
Just tears coming out hard.
I grabbed the axe and take it. How did we get here?
You're dead, bud.
And then
You died. You're dead. No, I just fucking with you. You're alive.
all
hand you-
right, I take the L and
Uh-huh.
take a swig. I say, let's get out of here. Where do we go? How long? Where have y'all been?
I collect back my copper cup and water skin.
There'll be a
Hopefully-
time to tell you.
There's some ale in that water skin still.
Okay.
We killed a dragon.
Hell yeah!
We try and go back the way we came.
Shruk, show him one of the teeth.
Did y'all see how many people I killed?
It's a
Y'all
very
killed a
large-
dragon?
Zero.
Check out this tooth Saruk's got. That thing was big. I got the skin.
So Uhtred, you notice you thinking about what you just came out of and realizing you've been fighting for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
You have never been able to rage for more than like a couple minutes at most. And even now that you've calmed down and you're not raging anymore, you're not tired. Normally when you rage, you feel absolutely drained and you're just back to normal.
Yeah. I guess I'm just curious where we're at. I got a strange feeling. Can anyone fill me in on this?
Do you remember when you drove the Drow priestess into the portal?
Yeah, it was a few weeks ago.
Actually, you're kind of confused about that because that also felt like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure like what
It
my
feels like that
time.
was yesterday, and also that you've been fighting on the top of that hill for like a month.
That was last month, Uhtred. A lot's happened since then, but we've been tasked to bring you back because you don't belong here in purgatory. Now the problem is we got to get the fuck out of here.
And we didn't ask how to do that when we were let in.
What? Well, why didn't you ask how to get out?
Because we were excited about coming in. Oops.
Yeah.
Largo, Mirak, and Dakuda, give me intelligence checks.
Seems the intelligence has dropped since the last time I've ventured with you.
18.
We'll leave your ass in this fucking purgatory. 11.
21.
All right. So Largo and Dakuda, as you are sort of gaining your bearings and thinking about how you're going to move on from where you are, you just take a sort of mental recount of, what arcane tools you have at your disposal, and you realize you haven't spent any spells.
Ooh.
You have the same number of spells available to you as when you came in.
That's
Yeah.
You're fairly certain you did cast some spells,
Yeah.
but according to how much power you've got left, you didn't.
Let's go find those side guys.
We're surrounded by 6 ponies.
They're surrounding us?
We're surrounded by 6 ponies. They're nice. But I just wanted to see, and I was like, yeah, it didn't feel like I don't feel any more drained. Well, let's go.
Oh, we hop on the ponies, yeah.
Hop on the ponies.
There's like 8 of you, though.
Well, I can fly.
Much
Yeah, I
less.
think the guys who can
Ponies
fly
can
Much less so than the ponies.
keep spamming your fly spells. 'cause
Yeah.
it's the limit. Mage hand your little undie self all the way.
Yeah.
And now we have ponies. I cast Mount Communal.
Nice.
Remember
Smart.
when we used them as a mean shield? Pretty cool.
I'm gonna cast.
Really interested in riding a pony.
What, Mirak, you're casting what?
I was gonna cast Blessing of Fervor then, because that's gonna increase our speed by 30 feet. And I guess that's just gonna last for a while.
All right.
Ooh, hold on.
So you guys cast a bunch of spells.
Hop on some ponies,
So we started going back the direction we came.
Okay.
if that's possible.
All right. So you start heading back the direction you can. Where did Glenn go?
Oh.
I'm right here.
Okay.
Had a
just
phone call.
got you back.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys start heading back the direction you came. And after, a little while of trotting along with these ponies and flying overhead and so on and so forth, you all seem to come to the realization that you have no spells active, there are no ponies, and you're not flying, and you're just walking in that direction.
Okay. Am I mage handing or am I just naked?
You're clothed and you're walking.
Interesting.
I expect to see those guys in front of me right now.
You do not. And I'd like everyone to roll a d20.
20.
A stupid game.
Wow, 2 20s.
Really sweet.
That's good.
Black dice.
It's my new one.
Mirak, you got a 2.
Oops.
Correct.
Turuk, what do you got? 2, 4?
20. There's a 20.
All right. Okay, so just real quick. Dakuda.
Yeah.
Just tell me the number when I call you.
20. 20.
4?
20.
Mirak?
2.
2.
Oh, so close.
20.
Yokai?
4.
Uhtred?
9.
And you got a 5.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as you guys are walking, you see ahead of you, even though this is like a flat, empty space that stretches out in all directions, basically infinitely, you slowly begin to find yourselves in like a stoneworked hall. And ahead of you, you see rows of marble sarcophagi extending out into the silent darkness. The sound of a hollow, malicious howl begins to grow in the hall. And beside each sarcophagus, a dwarven spirit appears in burial regalia. And they all turn their eyes and look at Mirok. And Mirok, you see just this look of disappointment.
Fair. I
You
feel
look
like
like you're looking at my boy all wrong.
no, I think I know what this is about.
As you're looking at these spirits, you feel a hand on your shoulder.
Okay.
And you turn to look back, and you see the elven man that Bort had just killed.
Oh, that sucks.
And he looks down at you with this similar look of disappointment and says, "Your father could not protect the dead, and you could not protect the living."
Ooh, god damn, that is heart piercing. Fuck.
And as you're staring, you turn back and look towards the dwarven spirits, all looking at you as though they need you to do something, but they know you're incapable of doing it. And somehow your gaze is drawn upward, and you see the silhouette of a massive dwarven figure, impossibly large, well beyond the limit of range of vision, both for you and for anybody in this gray plane of purgatory. But just this dark, looming figure of a dwarf sitting on some sort of throne. And he stares down at you in judgment. And you know in the deepest reaches of your soul that this is Mosin.
Yeah.
And he is judging you. All right, and the rest of you see this hall. You see the dwarven spirits. You see that elven man standing behind Mirok, though you didn't hear him speak. And you just see Mirok staring off into the ceiling of this stone hallway, completely catatonic.
Yeah.
Bort locks eyes with the elven ghost, reaches into his tunic and pulls out the mithril and says, "I got your fucking shirt, bud."
Jesus.
Whoa. Respect to that. Come on now.
He pays you no mind.
I put my hand on Murak and I'm like, "You with us, bud? Don't get lost now."
Yeah, Uhtred as well. Mirok, what's going on, bud?
And do I need to roll like a will save or something?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a will save.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, Aaron the player is kind of sucked in. Forget Mirok. Will save.
It's the one that says will. I had to find that as well.
Yes, you're correct, man. It's a 13 for me.
13. Yeah, you're kind of taking this in, and you try to avert your eyes away from Mosin, and you look down into that corridor, and you can just see the shadow approaching, and the dwarven spirits start to fade away into this darkness. And they're still like one by one as they disappear. they're looking to you for an answer that they know you are incompetent to give.
Answer. I mean, Mirak's gonna freak out and Dwarven yell, "Fathers, tell me what you need."
And I mean, clearly I hear that, but does anyone else? Sorry if I missed this. Does anyone else see these dwarven figures, or just Mirok?
No, all of you see them. You just see these silent dwarven spirits staring down the hallway towards your group. You know, if you look carefully.
Dan, I get 3 touches of rage a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to, since I go right after Mirok, I'd like to lean into Mirok.
Let's do another initiative here. Again,
Okay.
it's gonna be modified by charisma, not by
D12.
D12. Yeah.
16 for Mirak.
Okay.
12 eyes, so 14.
Okay. Anyone else above a 12?
15 for Uhtred.
Wait, Yokai, what were you at? 14?
Yes.
Above a 10?
11.
Dakuda, what were you at?
11.
Okay, above a 5.
Oh, I had an 8.
Okay. Bort, what were you at?
Also an 8.
All right. So, Mirok.
Yep.
Every responsibility you ever had is crashing down on you. And you're feeling as though you're failing at all of them.
Yep. This is a really good fantasy RPG. It's very immersive. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna talk to Mosin if I can, Dan.
Okay.
I'm gonna kneel and in a very like pious position, hold up my hammer to him, and I'm gonna say, I have broken the mithril thread of life, and I have dishonored your instruments. How can I mend this?
Okay. In response, you start to hear the sound. It's reminiscent of like hearing a landslide, of hearing boulders crashing down the side of a mountain.
Okay.
And you realize this is just him beginning to speak. He hasn't uttered a word yet, but his voice is beginning to rise.
Awesome.
And you're patiently waiting for the answer. Uhtred.
Yeah. So from my memory as well, Uhtred being a hill dwarf, did he? When I remember a while back, when we went through like gods that we worship and stuff, Uhtred didn't really care about the gods, did he?
Not much, though. You have had conversations about perhaps throwing in with either Wixen, the god of war, or Golek, the god of riot and bloodlust.
That's true. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I was just trying to remember what we were. So anyway, I recognize like these figures, some Mosin.
You don't see Mosin.
Oh, okay, I don't. So he's not one of the dwarves that are out.
You see the elf, and you see what you would recognize as a dwarven crypt, a dwarven burial hall, and a bunch of dwarven ghosts who are who for some reason are not at rest, are not at peace.
Okay, yeah, and I heard what Mirok said in dwarven, so I look to him. I'm guessing I'm behind him or beside him or whatever, but I get his. I'm like, Mirok, what the fuck did you do? What? I mean, fill us in here.
All right, Yokai, what are you doing?
Hey,
I will walk up to him. I will do touch of rage, and I will be like, I believe the death is in your mind now. So touch of rage +4 will save for 3 rounds.
Okay. Give me. Let's say, give me a caster level check. Just a D20 plus your level.
Right. Ah, shit. That's only 14.
Okay. There is a powerful force at work on him right now, and you've done the touch of rage before, and you see like the veins at the temple start to bulge and the teeth grit, and Mirok is slack. Mirok is not reacting to this at all the way you expected.
I give the look like it's never not taken before.
Yeah.
But don't say a word.
Okay. Dakuda.
I don't know. I'm sorry, I have to ask. What race are you? Are you a dwarf? I'm assuming then, Marok. Okay, and do I know? I guess I haven't been with you long enough. I really wouldn't know like the personal story or whatever this might mean to you, right?
No, I mean most of the party really don't know much about my character.
Right. Okay.
Maybe you shared this with Uhtred. I don't think you
Uhtred
really
definitely knows.
Right.
Yeah, Uhtred 100% knows this.
Yeah, you've only just started not being a hardcore racist, so.
Yeah, no, Largo knows this too, because when Largo had a psychic break, Mirok.
We know each other's stories.
Yeah.
And what do I see so I'm seeing what he's seeing. So all these.
You guys are seeing everything he's seeing, except he sees his God sitting in judgment over him. You guys don't see that.
So he's not in harm's way at the moment. He's just.
He's in his feels.
Not physically, but he looks nearly broken emotionally and psychologically.
I walk up to him, I slap him in the face. I'm like, dude, wake up from this. This is just what happened to our friend Uhtred. We're going through the same thing. Come on, man. And I shake him.
All right, give me the same thing Yokai did. D20 plus your level.
I speak freely.
Rolled a 15, so 23.
Okay. You go and you smack him across the face, and your hand just kind of passes through him.
Whoa.
You try to grab at his shoulders and shake him, and you're just not finding any purchase.
On Mirok.
It's like a whole other level, man.
Can I personally, I'm going to, wow, that threw me. I'm going to just sit down and meditate and try and think if I'm hallucinating all this. Maybe I'm dead.
Give me a perception check too.
Rolled an 11 plus, I think 13. Yeah, plus 13, so 24.
Okay, you do notice that Uhtred does have him by the arm.
True.
Uhtred is touching him, but you are not able to for some reason.
Can I touch Uhtred?
It's racist. I only let you touch me.
You can try that next round.
Okay.
Largo.
Well, I'm probably going to have to make the same check that the rest of them have made, but I haven't really figured this out exactly yet. I'm going to cast a shadow enchantment on my friend Mirok in the form of passing fancy. And the thought that I would like Mirok to become completely obsessed with is the memory of the one time that he helped the burrow keeper in Durnholm,
Dunmar.
keep her vows and how that made him feel as the wrongdoing connected with his past was
Yeah, Largo.
Okay.
So the save will be D20 and then to realize if it's real or not. And then if they think it's real, I don't think they get to make another save. But
Okay. All right. Mirak, give me a will save.
You got it. Trevor, I do really like that angle.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's 23 because it's an illusion spell. Yeah, 23.
It's a total of 14 on my will save.
All right. So you're staring up. You're staring up at the eyes of your god, and feeling this sense of judgment, and somehow in your mind, your thoughts go back to Bleda, and the way you worked with her in Dunmar and helped her fulfill her duties as the barrow keeper and put the souls of Dunmar at rest. Give me another will save.
13.
13?
Oof.
Yeah, those thoughts remain in your mind, but the weight of this situation and these people who are pushing the judgment you're feeling, it's a internal struggle.
Can I use an action die to re-roll it?
You can roll an action die to add that to the save.
I do want to do that.
Come on, 6.
What do I need to roll, Dan?
D6. Here's
Okay.
good, by the way, Mira.
Oh, thanks, dude. It's gonna put my total up to 16.
Okay. All right. All right. So I will say that on your turn, you can attempt to do something yourself to try to get you out of this, but you're not out of the woods yet.
Cool.
But
Awesome.
now you'll be able to act and not just react.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Godric comes over and does basically the exact same thing he did with Uhtred, and lays on hands you, granting you a +2 on any future will saves.
Nice. Okay.
Let me just double check, make sure that he pulls that off. Yeah. All right, Saruk. Oh, where'd Mike go?
Hello.
Hello.
Can't see you.
Yay.
I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot to turn my video off here. I'm just trying to stay out of any sort of deliberation, convincing our friend to come back.
Shoot an arrow at the back of my head.
Yeah, I mean, I could do like would you like to see a magic trick?
Do a flash arrow. Do a flash arrow over the top of him.
Again?
Yeah.
I'll do that.
He's
Buzz-
like, it worked last time.
If he has a part down the middle, I'm trying to hit that.
My God just shot a laser beam out of his eyes.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that has no effect.
Yeah, great. Other than that, I'll refrain from acting too deeply.
Bort?
Where's Largo?
Largo standing next to Mirak, I believe.
Standing next to Mira.
You're standing next to Mirak?
Yes.
Standing next to Mirak.
Okay. I take a step back from the group and hold my action. I have no idea what's going on.
Okay. Mirok.
Okay, I want to roll a knowledge religion to understand if this is an appropriate way to be seeing Mosin. Basically, I'm thinking like, hey, like my God wouldn't be here. You're not my God. You're an imposter.
Think with blood.
It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how that plays out.
26 total on knowledge religion.
Okay. You faintly recognize that you are in purgatory. You know that this is a place that all souls pass through. And you have been made painfully aware that time does not work normally here. Give me a knowledge planes check as well.
Okay. 16 on that as well.
I thought you said 26 on the last one.
This one is 16.
Okay. Well, you said as well, so I was okay.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
All right. So
Cheater.
Put on the die.
you're getting the impression that souls that you see here are real. These are not illusions.
Yeah.
These are the souls that have passed through purgatory onto their final resting place. And it doesn't matter if that soul died 10,000 years ago. Its time in purgatory is timeless. And while the soul might have passed on into into the afterlife and is in paradise or is in torment, the timeless space of purgatory is eternal. So that it passed through here, that soul, its echo will always be here.
Shade.
So the dwarven souls that you're staring at are not an illusion.
Yeah.
They are the souls of the dwarves that were lost in the crypt.
Yeah.
And the elven man who's standing behind you with his hand on your shoulder, that is the soul of the man that you killed, that Bort killed.
Mhm.
And he's real. And what that means about Mosin, you are both unsure and terrified.
Really? So it's not like, because in my mind I'm saying like I shouldn't be seeing you here. This is not where you would be. And then that would snap me out of it.
Well, Mosin is like the end all be all god of law, which is a primary force of judgment.
Mhm.
And this is purgatory, where the souls of the dead are judged and passed on into whatever afterlife is appropriate for them. This isn't his plane, but it's a subdivision.
Sure.
Their corners touch.
Okay, well then if I can, after that knowledge check, as I continue to beseech Mosin, I remind him of my actions with Bletta at the Dunmar Barrows and the honor that I brought to the dwarven spirits there.
And just to be clear, he won't be able to stop obsessing about that particular thing for 12 rounds.
Right. It's a battle in his mind. You know, he can't be a single mind. He is, you know, it's giving him an out.
Cool.
Yeah. You say that to Mosin, and he just lifts his hand and points just past your shoulder to the elven man standing behind you.
I look at the elven man.
Well, yeah, that's it. Uhtred.
Well, I'm gonna Mirok again.
Yeah.
I see this fright on his face. It's my boy. I know something's wrong. I don't know what, because for some reason he just won't fucking tell me.
Talking to God, dude.
You're talking to God.
I'm talking to God. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're gonna want some. I know you're not much of a drinker, but you're gonna want to take some of this for the journey you're about to go on. Offer you my cup.
God.
You take. You
I mean,
okay?
I
I
don't
offer
know
it
if
to
I
you.
would, Glenn. I'm literally talking to God.
Well, I just tell you. I say we're here for you. This guy behind you here, this elf. What's the deal? Why is he here?
In Dwarven, in a low voice, I say, he dishonored the field of battle by demanding loot that was rightfully Bort's.
Okay.
Okay.
You say that.
I'm telling you, Dan, I'm telling it to him as if this is why this happened. Not like this is my current belief, because I think my current beliefs are kind of fucked up right now.
Okay.
Right.
I
You're
imagine
explaining-
it right now. All into
I'm gonna come
Okay.
out as a Dwarven evangelical.
Whether you believe it or not, you take 24 points of psychic damage.
And,
Jesus
Dan is
Christ.
God, and the gods do not agree with our call that was a field of battle.
You are sitting in judgment and you just bald-faced lied.
I didn't lie. I was saying like this is what I thought. This is why he's here. Because he said, "Who is this guy?" And I said,
Yeah.
"Anyways,
Well,
Yokai.
Do we see him go in pain or
perception first. Do I see like that kind of damage thing happen?
I don't know.
Can
Mira,
for that?
how would you characterize taking 24 points of psychic damage? How would that?
Well, no, I'm just like I'm right there, like trying to do touch of rage on the dude, and
Right.
it didn't.
And I'm asking Mirok to
It's like,
how
oh,
he would represent 24 points of psychic damage.
I mean, 24 points of psychic damage. Mirak is gonna like wail in pain, but in a way that's like clearly very intimate, and you haven't heard before. Yeah, it's kind of it's like a kid being in pain. Like I skinned my knee and I'm sad and afraid.
like you have a migraine maybe?
No, more than
and
that.
I'm gonna do a touch of rage. With a spellcaster check of 23.
Okay. You are also realizing that your hand doesn't necessarily touch Mirok when you reach out for him right now.
Oh, that's not great. All right, I don't try touch of rage then.
Okay.
If I'm like putting my hand through him, I'm like basically doing that.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Dakuda?
Oh, but I start doing it defensively.
Since this has happened with a couple times now, the hand moving through and like testing the waters of what's going on. Can I roll something to see if my guy understands, like, understanding what's going on with how that's working?
Sure. Just
Yeah,
give me a straight
because what
intelligence.
I'm wondering, how much of it is me, and then how much of it's them. So
Give me a straight intelligence check.
I rolled a 6. So +5, it's only 11.
The only thing you can think is that maybe, obviously he has a close personal relationship with Uhtred. And, you and Yokai, basically from what you've gathered so far, have known him for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So, this place is not governed by physics. It's a place of souls.
But I mean, I see that Yokai was trying to grab him and his hand went through him. I'm trying to understand, something has it happened to him or is it in my head? I'm just trying to figure it out for my round.
You're not sure.
Fair enough.
Okay. Largo.
I am going to sing. I have prepared a verse.
Hell yeah.
Mirak is looking at something. I cannot see what Mirak is looking at, but I will go in front of Mirak, between him and whatever he is looking at, and with a 39, I will sing the following song. I'm writing it right now.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Nice.
All right. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. I go. When Mirak the noble laid down his pride, the stench of death left the countryside. The fact of the matter was plain to see, that all dwarven souls were set free. And I bow before Mirak, and I go, all hail Mirak, blessed in the eyes of all the small folk.
Oh.
That's what I do with my turn.
Yeah, that's phenomenal, dude. Way to go. That's great.
Yeah.
Cool. Mirak, make a will save.
Do I get any bonuses from that? Because that was fucking great.
Right?
39, bro.
Now write me a song about battle.
Now my turn. And then I'm gonna plus 19 total.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, there's enough bonuses there. Mirak, you realize that, while these souls are here and they are judging you do not have any responsibility to accept this judgment right now. This is something that you will be judged upon when it is your time to pass through purgatory in the appropriate way. And right now, your greatest responsibility is to leave. And basically, the apparition remains, but you are no longer, what do you call it? And now you're really thinking a lot about Bleda. Like, you are 100% super focused about Bleda and what happened at Dunmar Barrow, and that's like really where your head is at right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around, just beads of sweat. Actually, not turn around because Largo's in front of me, beads of sweat. I'm just like, we gotta get back to Bleda now.
All right. And as Mirak starts to move away, that's when you see the apparition fade for the rest of you, and you're back into the empty grayscape of purgatory.
I approach Uhtred because I can tell that Mirak, by my own design, is a little bit too focused right now. Or I can't just dispel that. It's a different nature of the thing, right?
No, it's dismissible.
I'm going to dismiss it then, and I'm going to approach Mirak and Uhtred if I can. And I'm going to be like, I think I am understanding pattern that we will each face a great darkness. When my darkness comes, I will not be strong enough to resist it. And I will need all of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a hand on your shoulder and say, I know your darkness. Thank you for helping me with mine.
Because Uhtred and I think Uhtred and Mirak. Oh, and Bort. I tell this to Bort too. I think Uhtred, Mirak, and Bort are the only ones who know what I'm probably going to see.
Okay. Yeah, could be.
How about we get like in a train style, like one person and everybody behind each other, and we like get in train and hold the person in front of us, and you close your eyes and everybody like click your heels and think about home, and only do that all together at once. And
that is not a bad idea.
The guy that said we should get in a circle and just yell Uhtred a lot.
Hold on, no, that's not a bad idea.
I will be a part of no train with this many men.
you could be the last one. You could be the tail.
Caboose is the hottest.
You gotta be the caboose.
I think
Or
that's not
No.
a bad idea.
you could choose to be middle.
That is not a bad idea, y'all. Because yeah, we can't. I mean, I don't know how this exactly works, but if we can't fucking see it, then it might not have any hold on us.
Okay, I wasn't there whenever he talked about this when I was on my mountain, but Dan did say at the very beginning you have to move through purgatory.
Yeah, and we're going to move without using because we don't. It's not like we're walking down a path. You know, it's just like gray emptiness.
All we could,
Just with our eyes closed and
if
think
it don't work, you know that there's nothing else you can do.
We could fight one of those guys. That's kind of what I was hoping would happen.
I think we might all have to go through each of our hells.
Yeah, and we also have to do this before the Yamaraj comes.
Right. My guy's like intellectualizing and trying to put things in boxes and like make a
Yokai,
program. I don't really understand the planes that much.
Don't those hot ladies live here?
No.
They don't
Speaking
live
of,
in purgatory?
did Dan say it was the 9th of Enembom?
No.
He's like, we
I
need
know.
one of those
Yeah.
guys.
Enema bomb?
It's not Enema
Fuck.
bomb. It's middle.
What is it?
I forget what the name of the month was.
Yanabon.
Yanabon.
No, because my birthday's the 8th.
Enema bomb.
Your birthday?
Yeah.
I as well have a birthday.
So Yokai looks down, like crouches down real close up into Mirak, and he's like, so they're not going to open a door to get us out?
Einenbaum. Your birthday's an Einenbaum, Glenn.
Oh,
We
Enema
do need
bomb.
a door to get out.
Okay.
But yeah, he's like looking down, like, because he's a big dude. So he's all looking down at Mirak, and his face is like, you mean they're not going to open a door to let us out?
I'm in no emotional state to deal with your character after what I
Well, I'm just saying, it's great. I would like to paint this picture.
I just don't think we see any. We don't. It's just we don't see anything
Don't
except
bring
for.
it away.
Get that man a beer.
It's a mental state, Yokai. I believe it's a mental state, and we have to go through these trials, perhaps. But
Whoa.
Keep moving forward. We
Yeah.
keep moving forward.
Ross is really setting the mood.
How did we communicate with the
I start moving forward.
Yeah,
Marigna?
I'm moving forward. I'm
how
like-
did we communicate with the Marigna in the first place?
It just happened.
Yeah, she appeared before us and showed herself and,
There's
and
no-
told us about it. Yeah.
We had no control.
There's
Like
no
a waking
summoning.
dream.
There is no system. We have no control.
Perfect.
All right. So you guys continue.
Yeah.
Are you're doing this like conga line thing?
I
or
think
what
we
are you
should do the
doing?
conga line thing and keep
I can
our
do
eyes
it.
shut. Yeah.
Let's do it. I think if nothing else, it'll be as fun as what we did right at the beginning.
I'm
Yeah.
in the back. I'm in the back.
Nothing to lose.
Oh, he's choosing the tail.
I'm gonna be on Largo like white on rice.
Cool.
And I'm definitely really close to you guys, whether I'm in front of you two or I'll probably be in front of you two. Most certainly.
Ucher just straight up refuses and stands beside y'all.
That's all right.
Oh, so you want to be a
Put
little
your-
motorcycle
You can put
sidecar?
your, you can just put your
I'm the
hands.
sidecar. I'm the sidecar.
Is your eyes still closed though? Just like, oh, yeah, I'm fucking cool over here.
I'm sidecar with a hand on Mirak's shoulder.
Fargo, are you still tiny or are you just normal tiny? Largo?
Nice though, that little like formation.
It only worked for a fucking split second when we were at the Tower of Bodies, and then I just realized that like we were walking around, my ponies didn't work, I was still wearing my clothes, so like it didn't happen. We moved on to like a new reality.
Okay, gotcha.
It
Uh,
works, but time is weird here.
Yeah.
And it's like all of you did a bunch of different stuff, and then you started moving, and it's like you're not sure if you were walking for about 60 seconds or about 3 hours, but then you all realized like all of your spells had, ended, and you were just like you were riding horses, and now you're not. So it's just the weirdness of the plane. All right, so everyone except for Mirak, roll a d20.
Including Uchtred.
including
Uchtred.
I swear. Where is it?
19 on the die.
In your
Not as
hand,
good as
huh?
Timmy.
Damn, dude.
Dang.
I rolled a 20 again.
Hey, boys.
Right.
These are new dice.
11.
11. Yokai, 19, you said?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Largo.
14.
And Saruk.
7.
What?
I rolled
7.
7. Okay.
I rolled a 12.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Strong 12. though.
Continue walking. And after a little while, you're walking and you realize that you are no longer in a conga line. You are just kind of in a small group, kind of walking, looking, and you realize, oh shit, we're not in a conga line and our eyes aren't closed. And you can hear the sound from up ahead of, like the subtle sound of horses sort of shuffling in a barn. You can hear the chatter of voices, like in a tavern or walking down a small village street. And as you approach closer, you all recognize the town that you're walking into, except for Dakuta and Yokai. You are walking into Tarnholm.
Like real life Tarnholm or like?
Well, yeah, you take a look behind you and it's the Gray of Purgatory, but it looks like Tarnholm ahead.
Okay.
And as you do, you hear a scream coming from the tavern. And then a series of shouts, the sound of battle. And then out of a second-story window, you see a spectral, semi-transparent form jumping out of the second-story window and crashing to the ground. It's a half-orc, and he starts running away from the tavern. And as he does, several individuals run out the front door and start loosing crossbow bolts at him. And he catches a couple of them in his back. And just as this spectral form runs past you and jumps into the river, you see Saruk carrying his armor in his hands as he jumps off and jumps into the river and starts floating away. And that's the spectral form that you notice. Coming out of the tavern, you see 5 individuals who look real and truly there. These are people that you killed in Tarnholm a little while ago. The ruffians who tried to ambush you in the tavern and kill you in your sleep. And they're initially shouting after, get him, get him. And as they come out of the tavern and look at the rest of you, there's a moment of recognition on their face. They remember you. They know you're the ones that killed them. And they want to return the favor. So, roll for initiative.
So our blind man conga line didn't work?
No.
It did not.
That was a good idea. That was fucking good.
A
Is this
D12.
initiative?
D12.
Oh, D12. Damn it.
D12.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
normal initiative.
Nice. I got a 13.
Okay. Anyone above a 15?
16.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. That's right.
Okay,
I
above
said
a 10.
13. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, guys.
Go for it.
Of a 5.
I got a 9.
7 for Bort. 7.
I have a 9 as well for Mirok.
All right, what was Mirok?
9.
9. And Yokai?
4.
So is this a specific character's vision that we're in right now, or are we all as a group walking into a vision?
Sarok.
Saruk, okay, that makes sense.
All right, y'all. These motherfuckers killed my brother. So, and yeah, threw away everything that I had.
I mean, honestly, Saruk, you
And enact revenge upon them in that death. Oh, we didn't say that out. Sorry.
Okay. So Godric is the first to act, and recognizing the half-orc woman. All right.
that was just Glenn talking.
Okay. Recognizing the half-orc woman that you guys had fought, who seemed to be the leader, he starts charging forward and, making a the sort of call or, effort he makes when he intends to smite a target. And the rest of you are familiar with this, and the way his eyes glow blue and the way his weapons get this like faint hum of divine energy, and they don't. And he rushes towards this woman and expects something to happen, and it doesn't. And he kind of stumbles his way up to her and still makes one attack.
Oh,
Natural 20. Okay. And he takes a swing at her and slices down the front of her chest. But not for nearly as much damage as he thought he would. Saruk.
Am I injured? Am I feeling the effects of that experience?
The one thing that you cannot shake, I'm sorry about that, is in that tavern, that Willix and Gus and Andrea are dying.
Yeah. Can I find a route to them, or try to clear a way to get to one of those?
Basically through these people in front of you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm while I've been transported, I guess, to this experience emotionally, I know that I've gained a lot of experience with Roses Are Red, and I take a deep breath and I try to fire this beautiful orcish horn bow that I didn't have before. Can I pull that weapon and or fire it?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I'm just gonna, just for simplicity's sake, just fire a single shot. at the first and closest enemy. Should
Okay.
be 34 to hit.
Okay, that will hit.
So that's a 2d6. 10 points of damage.
Damn.
I'm afraid. I'm hurt. I'm afraid. People I know are dying all around me, and I don't know how to save all these people.
I'm thinking about trying to knock you out on my turn.
Who all's sorry I missed it, but who all's dying?
So before I joined Roses Are Red, I traveled with family and friends and had contracts just like Roses Are Red does. This group kind of attacked us, killed everybody, almost killed me as I floated down the river.
Ah,
This is right before I joined y'all.
The Moses exit. That's solid.
Some might call it the Willow exit, but whatever.
I'm just
Willow.
was just watching Willow the other day. I love it.
All right, so you shoot. So like basically, this is the orcish woman leader. You shoot the nearest one to you over here. And how much damage did you do?
Not a lot, just a little 10. Just a little 10 prick.
Okay. So yeah, you catch him in the chest and he reels back from the hit, but he's still standing.
Of course.
And next is Dakuda.
I'm gonna message Sharuk and I'm going to say, this is purgatory. If you were dead, this would be your hell. But right now it only has the control you give it. You need to pull out and you can have this when you die, but you're not dead. That's at least 6 seconds.
That's awesome.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sir, give me a will save.
Oh, perfect. That would be a 5.
Dakuda doesn't know what he's talking about. Your friends are dying in there. You did not save them. You were weak and you were cowardly. And your brother is bleeding out on a tavern floor. Right. Uhtred.
Yeah, what's up? That's Uhtred you just set down?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, screw it. These guys are. Let's fight them. I charge in there.
Go for it, bud.
And unless I missed something when I went to the bathroom, like we can fight these guys, right? These aren't like the guys that were fighting me earlier.
Good to see.
No,
It's
no.
the
I
same.
look like, yeah, Saruk hit one with an arrow. Godric slashed one with his sword. Yeah. So which who do you want to charge here?
Have any of them attacked anybody yet?
No.
Who's the closest?
Closest one to you would be this one that Saruk shot with an arrow.
Yeah. Just run up to him.
Okay, give me a sec. You want to rage?
I don't have any reason to rage yet. I normally only rage whenever I feel like someone touches me.
Okay.
25 to hit
Okay,
attack.
that'll hit.
Cool. And then 18 damage.
18.
Yep.
Okay. All right. He drops.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, can I cleave from there?
No.
I feel like you wanted to let me a little bit, though.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't even cleave to the next person if it wasn't Godric.
Okay.
Okay, Largo.
In here, all of a sudden, there's like a medium-sized crowd, and they're all like looking at a stage. And on the stage, there's like a performance going on, and the band's playing, and the lead singer comes up and goes, "None of this is real. No one's really dying. None of this is real. Hey, no one's really dying." And you all make a will save to see if you disbelieve that. Otherwise, you think you're at a concert listening to someone thinking, well, you think that what I just described is real. Yeah, so it'll be a DC 22.
For everyone?
Yeah. You are at a concert right now.
Oh man, I made a great will save. That's a great concert. I really like it.
I'm not even gonna try saving because I want to believe it's real.
I had to roll 19. I would have to roll.
I did roll a 20 on the die.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
I know the dude who you really wanted to work on. It's like, no, there's people in there.
What?
That absolutely ridiculous display. Saruk, it brings you back to your senses. You realize that your friends are not savable. They died months ago. And this is not your chance to save them. This is purgatory, and that point in time has gone.
Wow, Largo, I've never appreciated your harmonious melodies evermore.
No, it's just a wonderful,
Mirok,
what a band.
Yep.
your turn.
Who's the closest person to Yokai? Where is he at?
Saruk and Dakuda are both pretty close to you.
Well, so at this point, Saruk has disbelieved this illusion.
Yep.
Keep on moving then. Doesn't that take us out of initiative order?
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I'll try a more serious attack next time.
Well,
Somebody believes it.
God damn it, guys. Okay. I'm gonna use. Yeah, this will do it. I'm gonna move as close as I can to the combat stand, and I want to touch the ground, which you've told me is slate, and I want to stone shape manacles around all of these opponents. And as I do it, say, "There's nothing here to fight."
Okay. What would be the? I'm gonna give them all a reflex save.
Hold on, actually, Dan, if I can modify, can you point to where Uhtred and Godric are?
Uhtred is here.
Yep.
Godric is there.
Okay, then I don't want to make manacles. I just want to make a solid wall of stone in front of them, like separating them from combat, if I
Right.
can.
So like you can make a solid wall of stone, like going across here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you
Use
do
the
that,
pencils.
and it cuts off them from you guys.
Use those pencils.
Where
Give the
are-
man satisfaction.
They're just sitting there. They want to be walls. You just gotta believe in them.
Oh, the pencils. Okay.
Yeah.
At this point, the stage and the crowd disappears because it's been interacted with, and I didn't choose to have it react.
Okay. How tall is this wall?
I can move 18 cubic feet. And
Infinity.
I'm just counting the tiles here.
Infinity high. Just really thin.
I don't care how thick it is.
Right. It's infinity high. Infinity thin.
Three-dimensional, truly.
All right. So you're looking at about 40 feet of wall, like lengthwise. So let's say that would mean that if you make it a foot tall, it would be half a foot thick. So 2 feet tall. Let's say you can make it like 6 feet tall if the wall is 2 inches thick.
You know what? Let's say this. I want to make 2 cylinders hollow on the inside around both these jabronis that are fighting invisible people.
No, not invisible.
So just
Just them. I just want to isolate them, and I definitely have the cubic volume to do that.
Okay. All right. Well then, Uhtred, you see stone start to rise up around your feet. Do you want to try to get out of that? Do you want to make a reflex save?
Don't fucking.
Nah, you don't want to.
But so stones are reflex.
Embrace it.
Does he see who's doing it?
No, he's busy up there.
Well, I've already destroyed one person. It's not even worth my time, honestly, to fight.
We don't think so either.
Saruk has had a big emotional breakthrough, and you're just like right back on your pile of dead people.
That's right. That's right. Somebody get this man.
He's been at it for a while. He's just slipping right back into it.
I rolled a 6.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that that's not going to do it.
As the wall raises up, Murak says, "You dumb son of a bitch! They're all fake. You already knew this." And just keep going up.
He can't hear anything. He's in a cylinder of rock.
There's very muffled yelling.
You hear it's
Thick Russian accent.
Charlie Brown's teacher's really mad at you.
Uhtred's not gonna defer from a fight, okay?
Okay. All right. So that's
Real
nice.
nor fake.
Board.
Wait, what?
Wargo's standing right next to me, right in the corner there.
Yeah.
I walk over to Wargo.
Okay.
And I say, "What the fuck is going on?"
From what I can understand,
Dude, I'm tripping so bad.
Do you want to boost? Do you want to boost, bud?
no,
No.
no.
Can you tell me what the hell is going on? Can you like?
We're each encountering moments in our past.
Okay, guys. 6 seconds.
Okay.
That's it.
I'm just like. That's it. 6 seconds. Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. So that all happens.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, Murak, you see the individual that Uhtred fell stand up, and the wound across his chest is closing. It hasn't completely closed, but it is closing. And then the half-orc woman walks up to you and says, "This isn't about you, you motherfucker. You killed me." And stabs you in the face.
When did I kill a half-orc woman?
In Tarnholm.
Yes, I just don't remember. That was fucking blur.
Killed a lot of people in Tarnholm, didn't we?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, she whips out her katana and takes a slice.
Yep. There she is.
Okay. Let's see. That is. Where is that? I don't think that's going to do it. That's only a 17 to hit.
17, and I'm checking this against my CMD.
No, your armor.
Armor class.
Oh, AC, yeah. No way she hits.
Yeah, okay.
I hope we run into Annika again so we can kill her again.
Glenn, I feel like you're not getting what we're trying to do here.
I know exactly what you're trying to do. Uhtred doesn't care.
Dan, do I get to react?
I mean, you can say something.
Oh, no.
Ow.
Never mind. Not worth it.
It's not your turn in initiative. Okay, so the other guy that does rush up to you, he does land his hit. And you take 4 points of damage as he smacks you in the head with a crude looking club.
Did my previous damage disappear because time isn't real here?
Nope.
All right, just thought I'd check.
That's a good question. Well, we might just have to battle these motherfuckers.
Their wounds heal themselves.
We're just gonna have to kill him real good.
God damn it, guys.
No. When I say battle, I mean incapacitate.
Yokai.
All right, will you point to me and will you point to Saruk?
That is you, and that is Saruk.
All right, I would like to take a 5-foot step at him and try to do my last touch of rage and kind of shake him out of it. I did very poorly. Right, I have to make an attack or something for that.
I don't know. Saruk, are you trying to get out of the way of that?
I feel rageful.
Yokai turns around and reaches out to touch you.
Yeah,
You cool with that?
I am cool with that. What's up,
Alright.
Yokai? What's going on?
Cool. All right, well now you have a +4 to attack, +4 to damage, and +4 to will saves for
Gate's already out of it, right?
3 rounds.
You're not going to get the +4 to damage on ranged attacks. I think that's just melee.
Oh, I think it was everything, but maybe it might not be.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't make sense that he could shoot arrows harder. Especially since it's not a magic bonus, it's a morale.
No, he's just super angry, so he's aiming at their eyeballs, I thought. But anyway, it's fine.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, so I do that.
All right.
And then I take a full defense.
Okay. Give me a perception check real quick.
Yeah, not so great. That's a 14.
Okay. Mirok, you made cylinders, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Godric is climbing out of the top of his cylinder.
Yep.
And he gets around and flanks the half-orc woman with you, but he doesn't have enough movement to actually attack. Well, let me see what he rolled on his athletics check. Nope. Does not have enough actions to attack. Saruk.
Yes. I feel like I've got pretty good range here. Um,
You're
Can I-
sleeping.
I'm pretty excited having everybody teaming up against these people who like orchestrated the worst moment of my entire life.
I imagine you're getting off on it. It's nice.
Yeah, I'm super psyched. I'd like to take down. Can I see that orc woman through the fray?
Yeah.
I wanna unleash everything I've got at her.
Okay.
Rapid, deadly, many.
Okay.
Oh no. Let's see if I can decipher this. Okay, I've got a 22. Does a 22 hit?
22. I believe it will. Yes.
Okay.
22 will hit.
How about a 20? How about a 19?
19 is not going to hit.
Okay, so 22 is going to be. Oh my goodness. It's 13, 17, 35 points of damage.
Okay. You only got 2 shots? How many shots did you get off?
I had one that was less than the one you said did not hit.
Okay. You usually get 3 shots around.
Yeah, that one didn't hit. I rolled an 8 plus 6.
Okay. So you had 2 misses and 1 hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. All right. So, Mirok, 2 arrows. I assume this is the first shot, your mini shot.
Yes, you got it.
2 arrows basically fly past your head and strike her in the chest. And, you know, she staggers back from the attack. You notice that that the cut that, what's his name, that Godric made across her chest has almost completely healed, but you're not seeing the arrow wounds close up.
Okay.
Dakuda?
Just because it's Sarut,
Oh.
it's puncture damage.
Is that me all the way back in the back there?
That's you right there.
Oh, that's me. Okay. And where's the closest bad guy to me?
That one?
Cool. That's just right there. All right. So we get 3 action dice per session,
Yes.
and I used 1 for hit points. Okay. So I'm going to use 1 action die to try and do whatever I'm going to do, and 1 action die to try and understand like why it's working or not working. What I'm going to do is run over to that guy, and I'm going to grab him, and I'm going to because what I'm thinking is these guys can't affect us, but they're echoes of something real. I'm wondering how much control I have over it. I'm going to run over to him and grab him and start dancing through the melee.
Okay. You run towards him and give me a perception check.
I rolled 11 plus 13, 24.
Okay, you are being painfully obvious about what you're doing.
Yep.
And while he's like scanning the battlefield, he's in the pitch of combat.
Uh-huh.
Pays you absolutely no mind whatsoever. and you run up and try to grab a hold of him, and you pass right through him.
Okay, well, then I keep on dancing and I dance through the others. The battle that's going on like in front of our friends.
Nice.
Okay. So you make it over to like dancing with this guy who is also ignoring you.
No, I'm like going through them. If I can go through them, I just start going through all of them, dancing.
Right.
Weirdly, like,
that's what you make it to. You make it
Yep.
to that other guy.
okay,
You can't move infinitely in a round.
come on. Time's nothing here.
All right. Uhtred, you are in a stone cylinder.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming I can just take my axe and cut out of it.
Fair assumption.
So I cut out of the axe, and
Yeah.
so
you take your axe and you swing it into the thing, and I mean you can't miss.
okay.
You chop out half of it, and like the other half of the cylinder is still standing, but the half you swung into just kind of clatters to the ground. And you
so
see over to your right, Mirok is crowded by a bunch of these thugs.
okay, and I see that, and I yell out, why are we still fighting? Did he not say these were illusions? And I mean, I feel like they're illusions. I know they are, but yeah, that's what I do. I would say, quit fighting, morons. Like, we're done.
All right, Argo.
I turn into a 90-foot tall Saruk,
Okay.
and I go, Mimar, come get me.
Can you make an illusion that big?
Major image is 10 foot by, let me see. I think I can make it that big. I think I did.
Yeah, he made a giant
One of the
dragon.
largest version of Saruk that I can make. Let me see, what did I write? Yeah, 4 10-foot by 10-foot cubes plus 1 10-foot cube per level. I've got 8 levels, so many.
Okay.
So I don't know, at least like 50 feet tall.
Yeah.
So
I would say 50, 60 feet.
Come get me. And I'm like, have my bow, and I'm like, and I just start to move this way as I'm moving the major image over me.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. A couple of them start like stagger back and seem seriously off put by this illusion. But the half-orc woman and this guy over there don't seem to be fazed by it. Mirok.
I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back and cast Death Ward in a cone, or Death Watch in a cone emanating towards these people that I don't believe are real. And what I want is to basically get feedback from the spell that yes, these are not real. And then I'm gonna yell that to the group. So they're seeing me step back visually and somatically casting Death Watch and then saying they are not real.
Okay. So scanning around, which basically the cone-shaped emanation is your vision.
Yep.
Scanning around, you look about, and the stone cylinders you summoned are neither alive nor dead. Your allies are all alive, and everyone you're fighting is dead.
Cool. Good to know.
But they are not alive. They're not alive or dead. They are dead.
Yeah. Okay. And in that case, I'm gonna yell to the group. These are apparitions of the dead. disbelieve them.
When you're looking at what's his name, Largo's giant Saruk,
Mhm.
that is neither alive nor dead. These are dead. They are there. They are real, but they
Oh,
are
so
dead.
tangible. Okay. Well,
They're not illusions. They're dead, and you're in purgatory, which makes them just as real as you guys. At least here.
Saruk, I think Saruk needs, as a player, I think Saruk needs to kill them. I don't think we can do anything.
Bort.
yeah.
I walk
Don't
up
you
to
have a
the
bite?
guy in front of me. So I'm right there. There's a guy behind Mirak and in front of Largo. That's an enemy.
Yep.
And I put my fucking sword in him and I say, "Didn't you just hear you're dead?" And I stab him.
All right. Give me an attack.
24 to hit.
I'll hit.
Rapier. Can I do a rapier dagger combo on him or just one?
No, just one attack. You move more than 5.
Okay. 10. Damage of 10.
10? Okay. Okay. You stab him and you withdraw your blade and you see blood on the blade. You know, you've heard people talking about illusions and apparitions and stuff. This is just like stabbing a real live person.
You're dead. You're dead. You're fucking dead. Listen.
All right. Well, the one in front of Bort moves forward and takes a swing at you. Misses. And this one passes through Dakuda and moves towards Bort and swings at Bort. And that's a natural 20. I'll go ahead and crit that one.
Ooh.
And Bort, you take 12 points of damage as he cracks you in the knee with a club. And this like rough dwarven guy, just like smacks you in the leg and says, "Yeah, can a dead guy do that?" And these three move up on Mirak. And the orcish woman takes her attacks first. That first one's going to hit 5. So 9 points of damage. Her second attack also hits, threatens a critical. Does not achieve the critical. It's another 10 points of damage. And the other two guys each take a swing. 6 points, and that one misses. So that's a total of 27 points. Is that right? That feels pretty real. Then these two pay no mind to yokai and charge Saruk. And one of them hits Saruk for 7 points damage. The other one misses. Yokai.
Getting real.
All right. want to try to do some sort of intimidate check to Saruk to be like, to try to snap him out of it. So don't want to be a direct, like any sort of direct threat or anything, but I just want to like try to freak him the fuck out real quick. So I'm gonna try to do that.
Yo, I'm out of it. I'm out of it already.
Yeah, Aaron, he's been out of it for a while. We've established these guys are actually tangible and doing damage. They're not
Farouk
ethereal.
knows that, yeah, this isn't.
Yeah,
what's actually happening.
I'm with it. I'm with it, bro.
Something different's going on for sure, but.
All right, you think? Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, then. All right, fine. I will attack the dude.
Yokai understands what yokai understands. So,
Exactly.
so yokai
But,
do what you want to do.
Squawk, squawk, squawk.
If nobody's going to communicate it, he will do that. Otherwise, he will attack the nearest person. and do
All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Attack.
Well, no. You said you wanted to do an intimidate attempt on Saruk to try.
Oh
to,
yeah, but it was pathetic. It was only a 12.
All right. Yeah, that's not going to do it for Saruk.
Ooh, ooh.
For some reason, yokai's yelling at you, man.
Hello, sorry.
Yeah. Godric is Godric. All right. So, Mirok, you see Godric come up behind this woman, and he just like blenders her. He just slices and dices and chops her up and down, and she drops to the ground. Though you do see the wounds from his blades are starting to close and heal up. But not the wounds from Saruk's arrows. Saruk.
Player question. When an enemy approaches, as those did, is there an available attack of opportunity when they get into that space?
Not. They have to pass through a threatened area.
Okay. that makes
So
sense.
they only walked into. They didn't
Yeah.
pass through it.
Thank you. I just could I retreat without incurring an attack of opportunity?
Maybe we just need to keep walking.
If all you do is retreat,
Ah,
but if you want to move and fire an arrow, then you are going to.
sure.
Now, I think you have the thing where you can fire an arrow in melee and not take an attack of opportunity. Is that correct?
Yeah, precise shot. Yes. Yeah, that's correct. So
I think it's point blank master or something. But I think you've got it. You've got it.
sure. That's what I'm looking at. So I'll just take a little shot by. I'll just give it them all. The touch of rage, is that 1 round or how long?
It lasts a while.
And that's a +4 to attack.
+4 attack, +4 damage, +4 will saves, 3 rounds.
I'm
Fantastic.
going to say it does not give you the +4 to damage, though.
Right, I heard that. With the rapid shot, can I split that between 2 targets, or is that
Yep.
just one?
Yep.
That's the best news. I'll fire the first shot at the one directly adjacent to me.
They're both directly adjacent to you.
Well, not the diagonal, the one against the square.
Cool.
That's a 22.
That'll hit.
Do you want me to do the other shots first and then damage?
No, do the damage first.
Okay. So that first one is 22.
22 points damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you knock her down.
And then the next one is at the one diagonal for me. And that is a measly 13.
That will not hit.
All right. One last one at that sucker. 18. 24.
That'll hit.
That would be a 12 points of damage.
He's still standing. But yeah, you pull out 2 arrows, drill them right into her chest, and she, knocked off her feet, drops to the ground, motionless.
But I
The
hate
next
her.
guy, your first arrow just kind of like slides under his arm through the excess fabric of his shirt. But the second one, you catch him in the shoulder, and he staggers back a little bit. Dakuda.
I'm not sure the best way to help the situation, so I just do pirouettes through those 3 guys in front of me. Or I guess one of them might be down.
Okay.
Okay. I feel better.
All right. Uhtred.
Yeah, so I get in position where I guess around Murok there where I can hit and cleave as many of these dudes as I can.
All right. Yeah, if you kind of stand over the half orc's body, you can probably cleave.
Cool. $18.
To hit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll do it on those guys.
cool. And then
Cutting off Godric. Out of the way, Godric.
all right, 19.
19 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. He is not down, but you did cleave, and you made a successful attack on the first one, so you can cleave into the second one.
Sweet.
You
I have
made-
to roll again.
Yeah.
Right. 18.
That'll hit.
Cool.
Cleve's back in town.
Missed it a lot.
24.
Okay, that does drop that guy. And you look down at your handiwork and at the orcish woman who's laying beneath her, who's on the ground beneath you. And you can see that, while you nearly remove this guy's arm from his body, that wound is slowly knitting back up. And the orcish woman beneath you, her eyes open up and narrow, looking at you.
And I can't do anything else.
Oh, no, that's it for you.
Okay.
Largo.
I say, I'm going to help for the moment, but I think that what we need to do is we need to get together and just keep walking. At which point, I cast Hideous Laughter on that dude.
Okay.
So it will be DC 20.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 21. I apologize.
Can we just take these guys' weapons and just go away? We're done. We'll just walk off with them.
Starts laughing. All right.
Uh-huh.
At this point, I move my body to here, but it does appear that Saruk is kind of, 50-foot tall Saruk is kind of towering over that.
Okay.
But Bort gave me the look of, hey, help me flank this dude. So my actual body is there.
All right. Mira.
I want to move 20 feet out towards where Dakuda is, and then I want to cast Blessing of Fervor, which has a 45-foot range for me. And just for y'all's benefit, for the next 8 rounds, you can choose every single round to either increase your speed by 30 feet, stand up as a swift action without provoking an attack of opportunity, make an extra attack as part of a full attack action, gain a +2 on attack rolls and dodge, or cast a single spell at 2nd level or lower as if it were enlarged, extended, silent, or still. Just for y'all's benefit. And I'm going to say only Saruk can end this, defend and rally to Saruk. I think he's the only way we get out of this. He has to kill
Alright,
everyone.
Bort.
The guy in front of me who's talking shit, I give like a real shitty grin to him and I say, "Can a dead guy do this?" And as a full attack action, flanked with Largo, I sneak attack the shit out of him.
All right.
I'm gonna rapier and dagger. Roll to attack. Rapier threatens a critical with an 18 on the die.
Action die to confirm, remember?
Oh, I got to roll to attack first, and then wait. Is that right, Dan?
I mean, yeah, you can roll to confirm, and then if it doesn't, you can action die it.
I'll use an action die to confirm.
Okay. So, I mean, an action die for the sneak attack doesn't do too much. It's just an additional 1d6 plus 5. So, or plus 6. I'm sorry. That's all right. What else are you gonna use the action dice for?
Yeah. But it's a sneak attack, so I'm rolling.
So you're rolling 6d6 plus 12.
66, 12, 3. 16. 40 to roll 40 damage. It's 46 plus 12 with the rapier.
He is definitely down.
And can I roll to attack with the dagger as well?
Yeah. You could almost have.
I mean,
yeah, you can
believes my illusion.
Or can I attack the other guy also with the dagger?
Are you saying you're moved? You're
Flanked.
Flanked with Bort.
I'm saying, yeah, like my body's right here, but that's like this leg, and the other leg is like right there.
Okay. Yeah, sure. All right, so you still have 2 more attacks.
And
Oh, cool.
You've got 1 more attack. You've got 1 good attack with your dagger, and then you've got a less good attack with your rapier.
And that guy in front of me is down?
Yeah, the first one you hit is definitely down.
Okay, I'm going to attack the other guy with the dagger. Roll to attack. 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
Sneak attack is...
So this is 1d4 plus 4d6 plus 6 points of damage.
Yeah.
A 1d4 is going to do it for us.
It's really going to help. Plus 6, 23 damage.
That's enough to drop him as well.
And I've got 1 more attack.
Yeah.
Just the guy on the ground that was talking shit to me, and he said it's a shitty rapier attack. He's just on the ground.
Yeah.
I just kind of put my rapier on his throat and kind of lean on it casually, like a sort of a walking stick, kind of a Charlie Chaplin vibe.
Okay. All right. Which is pretty good because like he, hit the wound that you like the stab you made directly through his heart just a few seconds ago begins to close. But as he tries to stand up, he's got a rapier stuck through his neck, and that's not really something that he can do right now. So he just kind of like hisses and gurgles as he tries to grab the rapier and pull it out, but you're not letting it happen.
And I'm like leaning my full body weight on it, like the little scamp, Charlie Chaplin, doing the whole like,
The other one does stand up.
Already?
Yep. And the one that Uhtred dropped and the half-orc woman that Godric knocked down both stand as well. But the one that Saruk killed does not.
Does that provoke attack of opportunities on all of those?
Not if they do it as a full round action and take no other action that round.
Okay.
Though that does allow one to flank with the half-orc woman, and he attacks Uhtred, misses. The one standing in front of Saruk attacks Saruk, misses, and that's it. Yokai.
I'm gonna try to intimidate again.
Saruk?
Like, snap the fuck out of it. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm once again rolling horrible. That's only a 17.
Okay. No, you're gonna need better than that.
Yep, I would imagine.
Okay. Godric.
And then whatever, full defense, I guess. Or can I do 2 intimidate checks? Because that's basically.
You can only do one, and it doesn't seem like the enemies in this fight give a shit about you being there whatsoever.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting by my other newly met friend dancing through them.
All right. Godric goes full blender on that woman again. One of those attacks hits. Threatens a critical. Okay. And yeah, he threatened a critical, rolled a natural 20, and then confirmed that too. And she's already down some hit points. So he just cuts her head off. And she drops to the ground, and her head kind of rolls over there. Saruk.
Unmuted. I say to Yokai, these are dead, real creatures. Please attack them. And to everybody else, I say, if you have a bow, use it. And I shoot at the standing enemy in front of me.
Okay.
With my first shot.
Okay.
15 plus 11 is 26.
That'll hit.
That'll hit at hello.
It already took damage.
That one is 28.
Yep. He's down.
Okay, down. So the next two, can I see the orcish woman? It seems like I can't tell if she's alive or
Give
recovering.
me a perception check.
Oh, that's right. It's not. It's really not good. A 15.
Okay. You want to use an action die on this one?
I do.
Okay. Roll d6.
3.
3. So that brings you up to an 18.
18. Yeah.
You look over and you can see that the orcish woman, her head has been cut off by Godric.
Yeah.
But her head, which is lying on the ground in the dirt, the eyes are looking around.
Oh,
Whoa.
over much to aim at that for my next two.
Okay.
Just shooting at a head.
Same thing. 20, 25. Wait.
That'll hit.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's a 6 plus. That's a 16.
16. That is enough.
To a head.
After
16.
the first two arrows, that's enough. And an arrow just kind of like shunks into the side of her head. It looks a little comical, like the arrow through the head, gag
Steve
headband
Martin.
thing. But the arrow does pass through, and her eyes stop moving around. Like the sneer goes slack on her face, and when it does, the rest of them just drop to the ground.
Yeah.
Nice.
Huh. She was the key.
And Saruk, as you see, this encounter come to a close, you see over in front of the tavern, Gus, Willix, and Andrea looking over towards you, sad, like a bittersweet sort of. This is them saying goodbye. And as that image and the single tear goes down the side of your cheek, the rest of you all, you all see Tarnholm sort of diminish and fade into the gray of the.
I try to do some bit of littering as he's crying like that.
Just so you know, as we close this chapter in my life, I am thinking forward into the future when I settle down with Samara to have a family.
God damn it, Saruk!
All right. So you once again find yourself in the endless gray mists of purgatory. Your wounds are real, and you have sustained damage. You have not spent any spells or any abilities.
I'm gonna do my who's hurt? Raise your hand. Who's hurt? Court. Hold on. Might be here. Court is hurt with how much damage?
12 points.
Court's down 12. Anyone else?
Well, 7.
Mike is down 7. Anybody else?
You're down like 40.
I'm down. Yeah, like a good chunk. Okay. I'm gonna cast. Okay, I'm gonna go to Saruk and I'm gonna cast Cure Light Wounds on him slowly and confidently, and that will. What is the number here? If you do it, you get the full one, right, Dan?
Yep.
Okay.
So Cure Light Wounds
So
would
that's
be
gonna-
13 points of damage.
Feels good.
That's great. And then
I
I'm gonna
mirror Mirok and just I've got a wand of Cure Light Wounds, and I get a feeling that it's got unlimited charges right now, so I just keep using them.
You try to
Yep.
use the Cure Light Wounds wand, and it just doesn't seem to work here.
Okay, go over to Bort, and I do Cure Moderate Wounds on Bort.
And Mirok, while doing this, you realize like your spell slots aren't going away.
Oh yeah.
Like you can just spam the shit out of your healing at this point.
Oh yeah. I'm not worried about it.
I keep waving my wand like I'm helping.
I keep waving you over and I'm pointing at wounds. I'm like, you're doing it. Once
Uh,
Bort's healed up, I'm gonna cast Cure Critical Wounds on myself, or just Cure Light Wounds a bajillion times, and be like, "That's a great wand you got there, Dakuta. It's really doing great."
Yeah. And just to clarify, obviously they had no history with yokai or Dakuta, so they were not part of the fight.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I was wondering why they just
They were out to kill the people who killed them.
Mhm.
The other situations you guys came in contact with were, like nobody else had history with what Mirok went through, but you all had history with these spirits.
Okay.
Makes
I
sense.
see.
Well, not all of you. 2 of you didn't have any history with these spirits. But when you run into undead here, or when you run into the spirits of the dead, they are real spirits of the dead.
Good to know.
They are not just illusions. Okay. So let's see.
Okay, does anybody take any time to explain that to yokai? And then just for character knowledge.
My guy really doesn't understand what's going on, kind of, but he understands, but doesn't really know how to control things, I guess.
I feel like we'd powwow and compare, like, why did this happen? Oh, I met these people. They attacked me. That makes sense. I think your character would understand that, Aaron, because we all talk about it after the fact. If that feels true.
That's what I wanted to confirm, that we actually had a conversation about what the fuck just went down.
I think you guys have enough brain cells to rub together to kind of make sense of this.
Proud of you.
We did it again.
Thanks, y'all.
All right.
Smile now, cry later, Holmes.
All right. Do you guys continue on trying to find your way out of purgatory?
We keep walking.
Conga line.
Get in the line.
Get in the conga line again. Maybe it'll work this time, y'all.
Human centipede.
I'm in the back.
All right. Yeah, you guys make your conga line and you start off in a direction you feel is the direction you came in from. And maybe 30 seconds later, maybe 7.5 hours later, you are not in a conga line. You're all just kind of wandering in a clump again.
I thought it would work. I thought it would work that time.
So everyone except for Saruk and Mirok, roll a d20, please. Did you hear that, Scott?
14. That's what I rolled.
All right. Fort?
19.
19.
19.
15 with one of my action dice spent.
All right. Largo?
8.
8. Uhtred?
9.
9. Here we go.
I'm not gonna make it through this one.
I'd like to add one of Yokai's action dice to my roll as well.
All right. As you continue through purgatory, you guys see the mist start to give way to a copse of trees in the distance. These trees echo with the sounds of screams and murderous shouts.
God.
Upon reaching the small forest, the trees become more and more familiar to Largo, whose eyes become glassy and his vision grows distant.
But no.
A gnomish man runs out of the woods, passing the group, and is followed and felled by a stone tomahawk.
Bitsy.
Now, this is Givelmest Workerden. Largo, this is your old grocer. And into the village, the rest of you see spectral orcs are slaughtering gnomes by the droves.
Oh no, he's about to have a full breakdown.
Useless cantrips. No, I don't.
Tiny bodies are falling to the ground all across the forest floor.
No.
And Largo, your eyes are drawn away from the massacre to a small knot in a distant tree, where the crown of a spectral gnomish head, bald and shiny, peeks up in terror.
That's me. That's
The,
hiding.
the spirits of the gnomes who are opaque, who are, physical here in purgatory, as they see your group wander into the forest, their eyes are all drawn to Largo, and they start calling out his name and, crying for help.
I assume that I don't know, faint.
All right. Everyone roll a d12 and add their charisma modifier.
Ooh, yeah, baby. 15 for Mirak.
12 for Bort.
13.
Okay. Anyone else above a 10?
13.
4. That seems to be a number I like today.
Okay. Anyone above a 5?
I had a 6.
Who was that?
Uhtred.
Oh, Uhtred. Okay. Saruk, what were you at?
2.
2. Yokai, you were at 4. Okay. Okay. All right. Mirak. You look over, and surprisingly enough, and sort of terrifyingly, it looks like Largo is literally falling apart. Literally, like cracks are forming in his physical form.
I told you I'm not gonna.
Okay.
You see these other gnomes who are running for fear of their lives from these translucent orcs that are just rampaging through this forest. You see these gnomes running towards Largo, dying on their way, begging and pleading him for salvation. And he is crumbling.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna, assuming similarly, since this is something only he experienced, I'm gonna go up to Largo and I don't know, I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna cast Mend on his crumbling form. And I want him to see that I'm casting Mend on him. And as I'm doing it, I'm saying to him, do not confuse empathy for responsibility. Your care for these people does not mean you're responsible for what happened to them. I'm just working it in there.
Okay. All right. Give me
This is my
caster
first
level check.
Largo breakdown.
Give me a caster level check. D20 plus your level.
Okay, 19 plus 8 is 27.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cracks start to mend. It's a Dutch boy in a dike sort of situation, like you're mending up one seam and another one's forming, and it's a constant effort.
Sure.
But Largo, you feel this sense of looking around, all you see are the gnomes and the orcs, and your friends are gone. But you can almost remember them. You can almost remember your friends, and and the times that they tried to put you back together when you fell apart. What do you?
I will remember.
Yeah, we'll save.
Ten.
Okay. You're just looking around, and they're calling out to you, and protect us, save us, please.
I just start screaming. I'm a fake. I'm a phony. I don't know what to do.
All right, Dakuda.
Okay, so Mirok's over there like this, doing this thing. He said, mending him, and he's telling him that chant. And then like I like hop up like behind him, like beatbox style, while he's doing this, and I do mend also, and I'm like, not today, death, not today, not today. You can have this, but not today. You're not dead, mend. So like right behind him.
Man.
All right.
Love that.
Okay. Give me a knowledge arcana check. You're trying to meld your casting with Mirok's
Yeah.
casting.
I rolled 16, and you said spellcraft?
Arcana.
Oh, Arcana. That's plus 18, so like 34.
Okay. Yeah, you feel Mirok specifically. You feel this like bolstering, and as opposed to like it being a sort of battle of attrition, you feel like you are keeping Largo together, and the cracks are not forming.
Hold it together, man.
Yeah, if I can say something as a free accent, I just yell, "It's working!" over and over again, like Anakin in episode 1 of. Yeah,
Right.
just
Bort, give me a perception check.
Bort needs to give a perception check.
Yep.
Oh, 27.
Okay.
Sweet.
You're trying to take this in, figure out what's going on. And you notice on these spectral orcs, they're wearing an insignia
oh no!
that you recognize.
You
This is the Render tribe. You thought they were all dead. And given this and, the Largo, and you kind of know his backstory, you're guessing that a couple of them survived and rebuilt their clan, and they're still out there doing some shit. And you start looking around trying to see if you recognize any of these faces. And you do. You notice that one of them is the brother of the leader of the clan. And I believe you know what that means. Okay.
What can you say the name of the clan again?
That's only Bort knows the name of the clan.
Excuse me.
So if he chooses to tell you, then you can get that information from him. All right. I'm gonna say that pretty like coming to that realization and taking that all in is pretty much your round. That cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Did Glenn need to go?
He lost his sounds. Probably gonna try to get back in.
All right. I'll just let him hold action. Godric comes over and puts his hand on you, and you vaguely, barely feel a sense of warmth, and you're gonna have a +2 to your will saves.
+2 to will saves. Cool.
Yokai.
I will do the same as far as the touch of rage on the little man on the ground. Largo.
Okay.
So I don't know if that stacks or it's just a additional +2. It's +4, +2, whatever.
The nature of his trauma right now is like, rage isn't going to help. Like there are certain circumstances where being angry would bolster you, but
For your will, but you're saying this won't bolster you for your will.
right, like he's you know, he's in an emotional state that like rage is just immediately.
Angry at himself, so he snaps out of it. Turn the anger in at himself, in on himself. It gives a +2 versus
Turn that frown
thinking.
upside down.
I'm sorry, I just don't see. the
You're
way-
good. I was gonna try it. You gotta try. That's fine.
All right, Saruk.
How well am I able to notice that Largo is undergoing something that I feel like I just underwent? Does that make sense?
He is so blatantly obvious about his intense emotional trauma right now.
Sure. There's I'm really flexing my player muscles here, okay? I'd like to sing to Largo because of all the times that he's sung to us, but in an intimidating way, maybe like in a death metal kind of screaming
metal.
way,
Rap.
just in an effort to take advantage.
I think intimidating him is going to push him further
Sure.
into the problem area he's in right now.
Okay, so if I wanted to sing, I've felt a level of calm come over me, having been able to face detractors in my life, and I'd like to share that through song.
Okay.
How can I do that with this musical being that we know as Largo?
That would be, since you don't have any ranks and perform, just a charisma
No.
check.
Oof.
You're so good at that, aren't you?
I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Largo, this is for you.
I will.
Ooh, it was a natural one on the singing check.
I continue to fall apart physically.
Your horn bow snaps in half.
Your tongue breaks. You broke your tongue.
You crack a tooth.
You start singing.
Sounds fantastic. You just
Normal
know it's
Sunshine, not realizing how dark that song goes after like the first two lines.
Yeah.
So here we are now.
Fall on your
Right.
larynx.
Mirak.
Nope.
Oh, Mirak, great. So do I also hear the screams of the gnomes? Do we see them, or it's just him?
Oh no, you see the whole thing playing out in front of
I'm
you.
gonna cast silence on the center of that area where it's playing out, so that he does not hear the screams of gnomes.
Like he's the center of this. This is all going on directly around him.
Well, then no, that's not worth it.
Like, even after you guys stopped walking into the forest kept moving into you.
Yeah, all good.
You
Well,
are-
yeah, in that case, I'm just gonna reiterate what I've been saying and provoke a will check for him.
By the way, you guys are looking around, and this doesn't make any fucking sense. You're just in a forest. Like, this isn't a town. There's no houses. You're just in a forest, and like gnomes are like running out of trees and just like getting slaughtered by orcs. And like orcs are tearing open the bark of like trees and shit, and like inside are houses. This is weird. Like, this is not a town. This is just a regular forest, and a bunch of gnomes live here.
How it went.
Yeah, I agree. This is weird. I don't know shit all about gnomes, so.
This is how we live. Into the
Oh.
forest a long, long ago.
All right.
It's not
So-
ocean compliant.
We'll say.
On your,
Uh-huh.
yeah, which is your next.
So I get my +2.
Yeah.
What's it? Not well. 15.
15. Okay. You slowly begin to see like a translucent form of Mirak, and he is encouraging you and offering you, everything. You can't hear the words so much, but he's just like, Come on, man. You can do this. You know what this is. But it's, I mean, you're Largo.
My desire with this is to get to a point, just as a player, my desire to this is get to a point where Largo snaps out of it just enough to realize that he's not the same man that he was when this happened before. And I want him to just go fucking evocation ape shit on these orcs and just slaughter them.
Okay.
That's what I want out of the situation.
Right.
And I think that would bring about a great closure. Not like you know, like ripping their necks out or
Okay.
anything,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
just like
I got it.
actually defending.
I got you.
them.
I got you. All right, Dakuda, you got any bright ideas?
You're getting there.
I create illusion of flowers and rainbows around Largo
I mean,
and just happy songs and glitter. Lots of
All right.
glitter.
Bort?
Bork goes invisible.
Peace.
Oh fuck! I know these guys.
All right.
Um,
Just to let you the rest of you, like nothing that's going on around you guys seems to pay any attention to any of you.
Yeah.
Only seems to, you know, like the gnomes seem to be focused on Largo, and the orcs seem to be focused on the gnomes.
So as a standard action, I went invisible.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my move action to see if I can find the guy
Okay. You.
to get close to him.
Okay. Yeah.
Get a good look at him. See if it's the guy.
Yeah, you find the guy who was the brother of the chief,
Mm-hmm.
the clan warlord. When you were aware of this tribe, you get close to him. You know, give me another perception check.
I mean, fuck, 18 on the die.
Okay.
It's a lot.
All right.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah, you can make out. He's got some scarring on his throat, and there's like some like damage to the side of his face. It looks like, you know, he had suffered a serious toxin that did some nasty damage to his vascular system, but he survived it. And he is wearing the insignia that would make him the tribe chieftain right now. But yeah, he was the older brother of the previous chief,
Mm-hmm.
but he seems to be in charge at this point.
And just to be clear as a player, so that I can kind of glean what's going on, unless we don't want to delve into it, but like these orcs were in the, if they were dead, they would be real dead in purgatory, and they are not. So that would suggest that the orcs,
Right, them being translucent and you know, like apparitions here would suggest that they're a memory and not the souls.
Many layers.
The gnomes are the souls. Okay. Godric, feeling like he doesn't really have anything else he can do for Largo, kind of gives it a wild ass try and swings at one of the orc apparitions, and just, his swords pass through, doesn't do anything. Yokai?
I lick Largo's face.
Okay. At this point, you don't feel like you can touch Largo.
All right. Well, it was worth a try. I was like, it's got to be something extreme. That's the best I got.
All right. Saruk?
Am
You want to make this any worse?
No. Can I? I'm trying so hard not to. proximity to Largo, can I communicate with Largo?
You can try.
Yeah. Is there? I don't know. I'm trying to judge what my observation has been as far as Largo's interaction with us versus the illusions.
Sorry?
How much is Largo with it? Is Largo in this illusion? Tell me.
Largo seems very distant right now. And you did see, like, Yokai tried to interact with him and physically pass through him.
It's like Larry and Derek.
I don't know Larry and Derek.
The old security guard thought Brent's name was Derek. And one day,
Oh, Larry!
I feel like you've been distant with me lately.
Word.
Oh boy. Okay. We're not getting into Larry.
Okay,
We're not getting
yeah,
into Larry.
yeah.
That's all.
Okay. So I approach with Samara's braid outstretched in my hand and say, Largo, touch this. It's filled with love.
Show me what love is.
I'm gonna snatch that shit right out of your hand.
Give me a diplomacy check, I guess.
Sure.
Pay
Sure.
no attention to the crusty bits.
I can do that. It'd be a 12.
That would be a ineffective attempt.
Then I smell it just to make sure. It's still good.
Mirak, do you need to make a will save to not go off on Saruk?
No, I got priorities, but
Okay.
there's a lot of side eye going on. But this is about emotional journeys today. Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
Great. I don't think I have anything I can do, really. I'm going to use the spell Moment of Greatness on Largo. And I'm going to pivot what I'm saying to him. I'm going to, if I can, I'm going to really look at you because you kind of see my face. I'm going to say, are you the same gnome that you were then? And I'm going to cast Moment of Greatness on you.
All right. Will save?
No, actually, first I want you to give me a perception check.
10.
10. Okay.
Do you want, like, is it a really important perception check?
What do you think?
I'm not sure that a 16 would be any better than a 10 in this situation. I'm going to use an action now.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
I'll keep it at that.
You are having, obviously the most difficult moment of your life right now.
Yeah. Second, but actually, yeah, just reliving.
This is probably worse.
Yeah.
And you notice something out of the corner of your eye that you see, that these opaque spirits of gnomes and these translucent spirits of orcs. And hiding in a bush, you see the tiny translucent form of a gnomish girl. And your mind races. You don't remember. You remember her name. She was little. She was maybe 15, 16 years old. And her name was Mila Velonica. And you fixate on her for just a second, and realizing that her form is translucent, you realize her name is still Mila Velonica.
Wow. Wow. Oh my God.
Give me a will save.
All right, that would be a 20. I'm gonna pop one of these suckers on it. 24.
Okay. So
Or no, I'm sorry. That would be 26.
okay. So the rest of you you begin to see Largo start to vibrate.
Ooh.
Like his very being starts to shudder. Dakuda, give me a spellcraft check.
I rolled a 15. That was like plus 13 or 16. A lot. Plus 18. So 33.
Okay. You realize that, you know, he is actually making the somatic components to a spell, but ridiculously fast. Like impossibly fast. And what was like it's hard to tell. He might be making verbal components, but he was just making this high-pitched whine before, which was like a cry, a plea of pain. But that might now be just like really, really quickly reciting verbal components. And Mirak, you see the cracks that you were mending start to reform, but now they are emitting like this brilliant reddish fiery light. And in a sudden blast of light and energy, you guys are suddenly all standing in the middle of a massive conflagration as Largo casts like 40 fireballs in the span of a second.
Just got that spell.
But none of them seem to affect any of you, and you just see fire. You just see a fire all surrounding you, completely engulfing you. And as it dissipates and comes to an end, the forest is gone, the orcs are gone, the gnomes are gone, everything is gone. And Largo is just breathing heavy, standing, like kneeling on the ground, and seems to be back in the same time space as you guys are, and seems to be no longer cracking and falling apart.
I look at you, Mirak, and I say, no, my friend, I am not the same gnome.
Okay. Well, it is now 10 to midnight. So if this is a good place for us to come to an end and we can continue the next leg of your journey through purgatory next week, then seems to be a good time to do it.
Yeah. This is fucking rad. I feel like this is a really cool way to start off the campaign because everyone gets like deep dives on their characters.
Very crazy.
All right.
Yeah, this is great.
Stop the recording.